Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Spin that vortex up in the chat if I can be heard, family. A few technical difficulties. We right back at it though. Yeah. We can be heard. We good bread. We good bread. We right back at it. And yeah. So y'all see the title, man. The most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets. Oahspe, Sky, Earth, Spirit, hashtag created gang. Well, look, what we gonna do? We gonna do what anybody can, or anybody that has the capability of reading can do. Is open up the book and read. There's a lot of tap dancing. There's a lot of people. There's Gregory Hines in the spirit, tap dancing around the book. This battle of the holy books, right? Y'all turning this thing into emotional rhetoric. You're talking about the compilation of text, the authors, and how their upbringing and how they was raised, and you ain't even did that with your textbooks in school. You ain't had this much inquiry into who wrote something. Not even with the actual books that educated you in America. Your textbooks, which aren't even real books. You can't even go to no real library and get a textbook. It ain't even real. And you've never even looked into the publishing company who edited it, who redacted it. You feel me? You don't even ask the question. But when it comes to something that's obviously of a higher light, it wouldn't be this much commotion about it. I mean, you know, we must have planted a subliminal seed. Everybody's saying creator now. You feel me? It hit different, right? And again, what I was saying right before we got cut off, or right before I got cut off, was that my brother said something a while ago in one of his lives, and he was like, when you find out that there are false gods and your God is amongst them, yeah, that hit different. That hit different. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So it's imperative. We don't even quibble or fight over names over this way. Whatever you saying, the creator or the great spirit was called many different things in the different divisions of the earth, right? It all comes down to character over this way, right? So in other words, is the one who you call Lord or God, is he ever present or omnipresent, meaning everywhere at once? You dig? And if anyone's ever seen him, seen his hind part, seen him sitting on a throne, that's not ever present. Ever present is everywhere at one time and yet unseen. Not in the form and figure of a man, woman, animal, anything. You can't even grasp it. The closest you got to comprehend that is wind. You know what I mean? So whatever deity or God it is that you worship, if it has ever been seen, handled, touched, you understand? And that's not the creator of all creation. That's not what that is. That's the deity. You feel me? And this is what makes the Oahspe feared and hated. It's the most dangerous book right now. Because it exposes the false deities, not just in the Bible, everywhere. Everywhere. You feel me? And it's letting you know, watch out. So right now, what you're seeing is more like a hissy fit from the low vibrating mortals that choose to hang on to the deities. You feel me? And look, this ain't no force move over this way, but we definitely gonna when it's time to expose higher light, that's what we gonna do. It don't matter who in the way, get with it or get ran over. That's all it come down to. You feel me? It don't be no negotiating with those beneath when the Ethereans come through. You feel me? They be having to turn their light down sometimes. That's how much light they coming with. And sometimes I gotta turn it down. You damn near melted the place. You feel me? So yeah, we're gonna go into this, man, and do what anybody could have done. Just open up the book and read it. Stop being so damn superstitious. You understand? There's nothing wrong with you being a critical thinker. Examine this thing. And I charge you not to believe anything. Open your mouth when you know a thing. Right? There's a difference between knowing and belief. Religion keep you in belief. Everything's a belief. Believe. Do you believe, Miss Saints? Versus a no. You know your mama's your mama. You don't believe it, do you? Shout out to my brother Cosmogony and Universe. You know your mama's your mama. You don't believe it, do you? No, you know it. Open up your mouth when you know a thing. And sometimes that takes years and years, decades and decades of observation and recording before you can render a judgment, especially studying the heavens. They tell you that in the cosmogony part of Oahspe. Some things have to be looked at for a period of 40 years before you can arrive at a judgment about something. Right? So let's not even be talking about belief. Let's talk about what we know. Right? And what we know is, as of today, the most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets is Oahspe. It got everybody in a frenzy, foaming at the mouth, fumigating, burning all types of false witness. You dig? On everybody. You feel me? That's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's funny how all y'all keep the gang name in your chops now. You know what I mean? But it's all good because all y'all saying creator now. Everybody. And like all the ones who fancy themselves as our judges or even our enemies, all saying creator now. It's like, dang, we done came and dropped the subliminal seed on these niggas, man. You dig? Drop a subliminal seed. Here, let me share this in the chat too, man. Y'all tap on in with your brother on this for the special 420. Since it's a smoke session, it's a smoke session then. How about that? Right, special 420 edition. Special smoke. We got smoke for the deity. Let them know we got smoke for the deity, man. Anybody can tap on in. And what we gonna do, we gonna read, okay? But there can be understanding involved. Right? Everybody. It's mighty funny though how the conscious community just kind of like huddled up. I know y'all feel that, gang. Y'all feel that? It's like they didn't huddled up. They didn't huddled up and have agreed. Not even, you know, to kind of not get too much attention over this way. It's real funny. Hold on, let me pin that to the top of the chat real quick. Or one of the mods can do it. You know, pin that StreamYard to the top of the chat if you're able to. You feel me? And look, we're going to work. We're going to do what anybody could have done. See, that's what we've been telling them, no matter what platform we've been on, no matter what debate it's been. You feel me? You got to read this thing, man. What is you talking about? Y'all not reading nothing. You dig? You trying to, you know, pull a Zion Lex with Selah. You try to pull a Zion Lex with Selah Shalom, man. And try to get the book in 4 days out from the debate, start reading it 3 days out. And it looks so horrible. So horrible, boy. You look like a child. You know what I mean? A very low vibrating child for even trying that. You know what I mean? Well, I give you props, you ain't run. But watch this, y'all. Let's get into some of this. All right. And share this with all the naysayers, jaw jackers, the fumigators. Share this with your aunties, your meemaws. Share it with whoever. You know? Let's get into it. Since when we can't talk about what's real? Everybody's so offended these days, man. You can't say nothing without somebody getting offended. All right, well, what is Oahspe? You know, regardless if Oahspe is here or not, you still got questions. You still got questions. You know what I mean? You still got questions about certain things you've read in Bible or Quran or any spiritual text. You feel me? You still got certain things that just don't sit right with you. You still got questions you still hunting down and looking for. Right? So even if Oahspe is not heard, you understand the questions still remain. All right, so what is Oahspe? You ain't got to go to nobody who ain't never read it. Come holler at your bro. Come holler at the game. Create a game, man. We out here. It ain't nothing to getting, you know what I mean, to get in touch with us and go over what it is. You got a question about, look at this. What is Oahspe? It says practical. We know what practical is, right? Something you can put into practice, something you can do. Something you can do right now. Practical guidebook to the spiritual life. There's nothing demonic or satanic or blood curdling so far, thus far. Is it? I mean, look what it says. It says standard edition in modern American language. So that's an applause. That's actually an edge. That's actually a benefit. It's written in the languages you can understand. You ain't got to stop, pause, times out, run over to the concordance, get 7 different definitions and try to make one of them or 2 of them fit. You ain't even got to do that. It's written in the language that we all understand. Right? That's a benefit. That ain't nothing bad. That ain't nothing evil. Look at this. It says you have a corporeal. Corporeal means physical. Corporate, physical. You have a physical or corporeal body and a spiritual body. It better not be Nan Millie Mouth spiritual guru round her that disagree with nothing that we said. Anybody claiming they on any type of level spiritually, you feel me, vibrating from your solar plexus and up, whatever you claiming, you done awakened your kundalini. Bet not Nam Millie Mouth misfit spiritual guru get on here and tell me that you don't have a spiritual body. I don't want to hear it. As much spirit is getting sold today, better not Nam Negro twist his lips and tell me ain't no spiritual body. All right? So we speak nothing evil thus far. You have a corporeal body and a spiritual body. Hear me, and I will open your understanding. I come to free not only the corporeal, the physical man, but the spiritual man. So most of us so-called skin folk make our boast of a what? A physical bondage. Huh? And if we talk about any type of spiritual bondage, y'all, we got to be talking about the beast. We got to be talking about religion in itself. And if we talk about a religion that has been set up with a priesthood, then who inspired it? So now we got to get into the God and the deity behind it. Yeah, this thing get real. Look at it. So nothing evil thus far. This whole thing is about liberation. Freeing you. Huh? Freeing you from that fur. Freeing you from that chestnuts roasting. Freeing you from that. Your creator ain't nothing but love. Always been. Look at this. Yet with your freedom, you also attain to responsibility. You hear that? That's the problem today. Nobody want to. You want to play and not be responsible. That's what it is. You just want to sniff air, pull air through your nostrils, huh? Make moves every day, but not be accountable or responsible. What world you live in? Credit say he can come to free you, but with this freedom, there's responsibility. So no more whining, blaming the white folk. You got to stand up and man up. Let your nuts hang, men. Yet with your freedom, you also attain to responsibility. You see that? So that sooner or later, now or then, your fidelity to your creator, your loyalty to your creator, your faithfulness to your creator and to your fellow man, and righteousness, love, and good works shall become the most sacred study of your life. What is you talking about? Who done lost a life? No, none of y'all who have ever admitted to killing your child because you got inspired by your deity could ever tell me I lost anything. What are you talking about? Can't name one of you Millie Mouth Negroes that still got animals between your chops. Tell me anything about anything spiritual. What is you talking about? Nothing evil thus far. This shall become the most sacred study in your life. What? Fidelity to your creator and to your fellow man. That's the most sacred study of your life. That's what's there to prepare you for your transition. This is serious. But liberating at the same time. Look at this. And for those who believe in the narrative of Harriet Tubman, the equivalent of that would be her coming with the gauge to free you and say, "Come on, let's rock." And you like, "Oh, y'all know Harriet's master gonna kill us. Let's go. I'll put you in the grave before I see you as a slave." The liberation come through. And cognitive dissonance kick in. No, but it say over here in 2 Corinthians, like running to a different scripture don't take away what that scripture said, even if it said it once. It's still in there, it's recorded. Right? You can run through 100 scriptures that say opposite of what you think that's saying, but that ain't going nowhere though. That ain't going nowhere. That's there. You dig? Look at this. Your God does not come. Your God does not come in this era, in this age. You're stuck 2,000 years ago in this age. Your God does not come in this era as a dictator. Good night. What's evil about that? What's evil about that? You should be crying tears of joy. Tears of liberation. You dig? Your God is not a dictator. Your creator ain't a dictator. Your God does not come in this era as a dictator, but as your elder brother. Ball game. There ain't nothing you've learned in your 40 years, 50, 60, or 70, or 80 years breathing oxygen through those bull nostrils. There ain't nothing that you've heard or learned before now, before finding out that God is just your brother, your big brother. Good night. That changed the entire paradigm of what we're talking about. And so you worship and praise and pray to your big brother, not your father, not the all parent, not the creator. God is your brother. Good night, boy. Ball game. You ain't heard nothing more liberate in your life. Huh? You ain't heard nothing more liberating in your life. Who you been praying to then? If God is your big brother, who you been praying and worshiping? Boy, look at this. Your God does not come in this era as a dictator, but as your elder brethren of ample experience. Nor do I command, saying you shall believe, because I, your God, have said it or revealed it in this book. More liberation for you. You ain't bound to believe nothing just because it's written in any book, including this one. You ain't bound to this. Question everything, huh? Nothing evil thus far. Nevertheless, through Oahspe, the light of the Creator, Jehovah the Creator, is revealed to man. And man is to judge himself. You spilling your coffee? What's wrong with you judging yourself? Do I need to go to the Bible and show that's actually in the Bible? If we would judge ourselves, we wouldn't be what? Yeah, that part, judge. Save yourself from this forward generation. Come from the land of the north, deliver, save yourself. Work out your own salvation. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You've been hearing this. But when you hear it from somewhere else that you know in your spirit is a higher light, guess what you start doing? You jump in denial mode. Look at this. It says right here. It says, nevertheless, through the Creator, the light of the Creator is revealed to man, and man is to judge himself, and labor and work to save himself, so that by this he may have honor and glory. Nothing wrong with you having honor or glory. Nothing wrong with you celebrating your children. They're just not to be worshipped. You're just not to be worshipped. That's strictly to the Creator, the ever-present Creator, the one that's everywhere at one time and yet invisible. Everywhere, inside you and outside you, everywhere. Tap in, breathe in, let the light in. Shout out to Cosmogony and Universe. Look at this. For the will of the Creator is not for man to be forever led. Y'all hear this? The will of the omnipotent, all-powerful, ever-present Creator is not for you to be in sippy cup mode. You're not supposed to be riding on your training wheels your whole life. For the will of the Creator is not for man to be forever led, but for man to ultimately have the light of practicing good works organically, not GMO, not genetically modified, organically, from infancy, from a baby up. Y'all see it? Y'all see that? Nothing evil thus far. And yet this book right here got the internet running scared. It's the most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets right now. And most of everybody who's made some type of assessment of it, they ain't even read it. Ain't even read it. And the personal biases that they have, they already guilty of it dealing with Bible. You feel me? Nothing you can do to get around it. Nothing. You get some understanding, go ahead and drop some nines up in the chat. Let's keep moving. Oahspe is a primary, meaning a primary source. All right? Straight from the source right into reality. Primary. Not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 redactions and all that removed. A primary for the spiritual and practical enlightenment. Dang, for the what? For the spiritual and practical enlightenment and development of individuals, groups, and humanity, for their glory and happiness, and for the glory of the whole. In the words of Jehovah and his angel ambassadors, being a Cosmogony Bible, meaning the present day Bible, y'all, containing the history of the dominions of the higher and lower heavens on the earth for the past 25,000 years. Ball game. Bible don't go back to 3761 BC. All the Hebrew scholars agree with that. That's when the world was created, not even 6,000 years ago. Currently, it's the year 5784. Since Adam, since the world was created, according to Hebrew chronology. So we already done went past that. We done blew past that by almost 20,000 years. Nothing evil thus far, if anything, intriguing, interesting. Like, dang, for the past, how long? 25,000 years? Dang, okay. Being from the sinking or the submersion of the continent of Pan in the Pacific Ocean. What you know is the Ring of Fire today? It was a continent at one time. All right? Oahspe reveals it is called Pan, Ring of Fire. I think it's a game. You're not playing no game. No games. Let me show you. People talk, you know what I mean? We jump out there and go ahead and bring receipts. Everybody start mealy-mouthing, getting mad. What you mad about? All right, so remember what this just said. What did it just say? It say, being from the submersion of the continent of Pan in the Pacific Ocean, commonly called the flood or deluge to the Cosmogony era. That's this, y'all, this present era, y'all, the present time. You hear that? So 25,000 years ago, Oahspe is making the claim that a continent was sunk called Pan or Pan. Japan is a remnant, is a fragment, is like a toenail left of it. The rest of it is sunken. You hear stories about Atlantis and Lemuria. No, it's the continent of Pan that was sunk. All right. And it's at the bottom, the ocean floor of the Pacific Ocean is the top of the continent of Pan. Okay. Now you would say, Mally, yeah, whatever. I call you bluff. Okay. Okay. What is this? This is the Pacific Ocean. This is the Ring of Fire. Look at all that volcanic activity. Evidence. That's bigger than Africa. That's bigger than the Americas. Could this be the origin of mankind? And the evidence we have is a sunken continent or a ring of fire that's highly active. It's a ring of fire of volcanoes. Y'all, that's a sunken continent. See, we remember it says this is practical, meaning you can read it and then go try it. Prove it and see if it's wrong. You feel me? Now, if you never heard of this, now you got homework. Is that a sunken continent in the Pacific Ocean? What is causing, how many square miles is that, man? From the, that deal run up the, what is it, the west coast of South America, Central America, North America, Alaska, over across Russia, down the east side of Russia, China, Japan, you down in the Philippines, Australia, you dig? Wrapping around New Zealand. Look at that. Oahspe makes a boast that there's a sunken continent, and that continent was sunk 25,000 years ago, and that's what caused the Great Flood. All right, that's why you got watermarks in the Grand Canyon and all that. And you know, things that they still can't explain to you to this day. Like, how is all this? This is desert. Like, how the hell is this water erosion? You dig? According to the Bible, the flood wasn't even 4,000 years ago. You see what I'm saying? This say 25,000 years ago. Let's go back and let's get back to reading. Nothing evil thus far. All right. History containing the history of the dominions of the higher and lower heavens on the earth for the past 25,000 years, being from the submersion of the continent of Pan, the Pacific Ocean, commonly called the flood or deluge. All right, to the Cosmogony era, the present time. Also a brief history of the preceding years from man's beginning on earth to the flood, together with a synopsis of the cosmogony of the universe. Yeah, you really want to debate this? Verse for verse about cosmogony of the universe? You wouldn't be able to do it. That's what I'm saying. It's a higher light. Look at this. The creation of planets, you wouldn't be able to do it. Not if we're talking about how things were created. The how. You know what I mean? The creation of man. It'll be real vague for you. God made man out of the dust of the earth and blew breath into his nostrils and then took the woman from his rib. The how is not there really. The unseen world, the spirit world. The labor and glory or the work and glory of gods and goddesses. Yeah, because there are female angels. Why wouldn't there be? What is your grandmama or your mama or your daughter? What do they become when they die? Androgynous? So there's no female angels at all? Female ancestors, female spirits? Which is basically what an angel is. All right? Why wouldn't there be female angels? But there are none in the Bible. None. The labor and glory of gods and goddesses over here in Oahspe, in the heavens of the earth and in the ethereal heavens above them. With the new commandments of Jehovah to man of the present day and other revelations from the second resurrection, formed in words in the 33rd year of the Cosmogony era. This present edition being placed into modern American language, being an extraction, compilation, and integration of materials from the first published edition, copyright 1882 by John Below Newbro. Man, that's who everybody want to talk about right there. They don't want to go into the book and read different copyrights and all that. He ain't had nothing. Ain't had nothing. See that? Now let's get into this. Let's see what's so evil. Everybody's talking, it's evil. Stay away from it. It's evil. Malaki, you lost a life. We're going to do, y'all, today what they refuse to do and just read. You're going to see why it's the most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets. You feel me? I got something I'm about to drop about the wars in here. They got wars against Jehovah, or wars against the Creator. That's spoken of in like the book of Numbers. Wars against the Lord, yeah. Well, wars against Jehovah or Yahweh or YAHWH is in Oahspe. Reading that, I see. It makes all that. Look, the false gods are being exposed everywhere. Everywhere. It don't matter which division of the earth it is. They're being exposed. Feel me? So let's get some understanding. We in the beginning of it. We just read the title page and all that. Let's get to the beginning of it. Tay's prayer. Everybody claims it's evil. This is demonic. We learned there's a sunken continent in the Pacific that they call the Ring of Fire today. They call the whole area the Ring of Fire. Right? Now you have something to bring to the table when that discussion comes up. How about that's a sunken continent down there? You dig? And that's been a high place of volcanic activity for over 25,000 years. Huh? And we ought to prove you wrong. And we ought to do that. What else explains it? Tay's prayer, chapter 1. Oahspe. Jehovah, the Creator, said, I blow my breath upon the planet, and man comes forth inquiring, who am I? And what is my destiny? So I send an elder brother of man to teach him and to show him the light. What you notice, y'all, is that there's a difference between the Creator and God. God is just an elder brother. A goddess is an elder sister. Titles and ranks that one of us will hold, you will hold in time to come. You know what I mean? But with that freedom comes responsibility. Right? So man comes forth with questions. Nothing wrong with you being critical in this process of life or in this process of salvation. Nothing wrong with you being critical. Ask every question you need to ask. Right? Until you're satisfied with the answer. So the Creator made you inquisitive like that. You're supposed to be asking questions. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to be doing. Not being a parrot. You feel me? Not sitting back being a parrot. No, ask some questions. You need to know what the hell going on. All right? The Creator said, I blow my breath upon the planet, and man comes forth inquiring. So you being inquisitive in nature is a byproduct of Creator's breath. That's how you were made to be inquisitive. I want to know what the hell going on. You don't want to be ignorant in a matter, do you? A man comes forth inquiring, who am I and what is my destiny? So I send an elder brother of man to teach him and show him light. God said, behold me, O man. I am an elder brother. I have passed through death and found the glory of the unseen worlds. What are we talking about here? Nothing evil, nothing suspect, no removing of the love muscles, no removing or chopping off the goat heads. No removal of organs, no chopped liver. I had passed through death and found the glory of the unseen worlds. God is the ancestor, man. Salute the gods, man. Those living and those who have crossed over. Right? That's riding with Creator. Nothing but love. Salute. Salute. It's an honor to be on the team. Ain't nothing more powerful than finding out that God is an ancestor. Oh man, y'all ain't heard me. That's so liberating. That made me even more bow-legged in the shoulders. I'm already bow-legged in the shoulders. You hear me? Man, I found out God is an ancestor. It all cleared up and made sense. I said, oh man. Dang. Look what he say. I have passed through death and found the glory of the unseen worlds. Plural. What is this? Worlds, not world, not kingdom. Worlds, kingdoms. Jehovah gave to me, your God, dominion over the earth and her heavens. Man said, I have found truth in corporate physicality. I know, I live, that trees grow and die. This is true knowledge. Give me truth regarding the unseen. Give me truth regarding the spirit realm in a way that I can prove it's true. Boy, what are we talking about? You still fumigating at the mouth? Keep the gang name out your chops. Because ain't none of y'all together got enough light for us at all. It'd be hard for me to even watch half the time. Like, look at this low vibrating, all this low hanging fruit, man. You can't even sit through it for most of the time. Other than if it's entertainment. You dig? Other than that, you really can't, you know, you really, it's nothing to resonate with your spirit. And everybody know that. Right? Look at this. Look at this. And in the stirring up of man's soul, the Creator spoke through his sons and daughters. His voice, the Creator's voice, came up out of the marsh and down from the heavens above. And the children of men heard and saw and rose up because of the spirit in them. They responded to him who is almighty. And their voices were called Tay, because as it is the universal word of all children born, so it represents the universal prayer of man. So Tay's prayer is the prayer of man, or the prayer of mankind. Tay's voice is the voice of man, the voice of mankind. Give me an 8 if y'all got that understanding. You be like, man, I got a little cousin named Tay. We ain't talking. Well, hey, little cousin Tay is a part of humanity. So yeah, he represents that too. You dig? But that's all about an expression of overall humanity or mankind. Mankind. Oh, what kind of a man? All right, man. Okay. Watch this. We got some understanding. We just gonna read we just gonna do what they ain't gonna do. We gonna read this thing. And time snap me, you milly mouth misfits, when y'all heard something evil. Time stamp it. Clip it or something. Cause y'all looking bad. 0 on the scoreboard. Tay said, reveal, oh Father, give me light. I see the wide earth, the sun, moon, and stars. But the great vault of heaven appears to be just an empty sky. Where is the dwelling place of the dead? The place of the souls of men. In times past, you have quickened seers and prophets, and through them lifted up your children and proclaimed other worlds. Plural. Y'all know it's people, especially amongst the flat earthers. There are people who believe that it's just us. That's it. I'm like, whoa, boy, this thing done got real. It's just us. That's it. And we're sitting on a stationary damn frisbee in the middle of space. And it's just us. Man, if that don't sound that sounds retarded. I'm just saying, if it ain't in motion, what is it? What's that if you stop moving? What do you call that in any realm of education? Any realm of science or mathematics? If there's no motion, what is that? That part, death. Stagnation. In times past, you have quickened seers and prophets, and through them lifted up your children and proclaimed other worlds. Am I less worthy than those of past ages? This is the voice of mankind in this present era, asking the Creator. That's the vibration that's being given off from the earth. All the while, my forefathers and now I have abided by your mighty presence. By your own hand, you have quickened my consciousness. Oof, I heard that. By your own hand, you have quickened my consciousness to be dissatisfied with the old revelations. Breathe in, let the light in. You know, and that's something you got to answer within yourself. But you know good and well what you've been a long time ago dissatisfied with. Certain things ain't lining up. It ain't making sense. To be dissatisfied with the old revelations and made me peer deeper into the cause and place of things. Right? Again, your inquisitive nature. You like, nah, that ain't enough. Whatever you saying, I know you're supposed to be the expert or the theologian in the matter, but go sit down somewhere, bro. That's what the answer you gave ain't nowhere near enough. But that dissatisfaction, right? That wanting to know more is through Creator. By your own hand, you have quickened my consciousness to be dissatisfied with the old revelations and made me peer deeper, look deep into the cause and place of things, and to desire further light, more light from your holy place. By your power, my manhood, or if you're a woman, womanhood has been raised up. Only by your power and wisdom will I be appeased. In other words, I don't want to hear that from what nobody else got to say. That's their experience. I'm only going to be satisfied by your power and your wisdom. You made me like this, Creator, right? When I was a child, I believed as a child because it was told to me. But now that I am grown, I desire to know who your prophets were and how they attained their gifts and wisdom of words. The cosmogony you taught in ancient times was sufficient for that day. The study of the heavens, the origin on how the heavens were made, it was sufficient for that day. But now I am raised up by you to receive comprehensive knowledge. Knowledge that you can understand and comprehend. Comprehensive knowledge of the sun and the stars, of other worlds, and of their travel in your great firmament. Everything's in motion. It's traveling. Traveling. You would say we're sitting on a frisbee in the middle of space, stationary, and it's just us. But we lost the light. or specifically MALAKIMAC be the lost the light. No, you done lost motion and light. Look at this. And now I cry out to you, where is the promised heaven? Where is the proof of immortal life? By you I was quickened into life and made conscious that I am. To you I come in the majesty you made me. You my Father. By you I was made determined to sift all things to the bottom. Investigator, boy. Bloodhound. Huh? If you, in you, I know there is capacity to encompass all my holy desires and answer me. Give me of your light, O Father. When I was a child, I called to you as a child. Now I call out in the manhood, or if you're a woman, womanhood, you have bestowed upon me. I will know your lords, God, saviors, and your promised heaven. I have scaled the mountain, the countless corporeal worlds, traveling in the eternal sea of space. Speak of your handiwork. But it's just us, stationary on a frisbee in space. This say countless physical worlds. Countless. You can't even number them. Huh? Traveling in the eternal sea of space. Speak of your handiwork. I have perceived that all the stars in heaven would not feel the hollow of your hand. Good night, boy. That truly your breath moves the universe. The glory of your works has inspired me with fervor to come to your mighty home. What you done heard evil yet? If anything, you getting more light, you getting understanding. Right? Your spirit is resonating. Your soul is rejoicing. Knew it was something else. You ain't heard nothing evil. You ain't heard nothing about no removing the head from the shoulders. You ain't heard nothing about making a blood border. You ain't heard nothing about no roasted, fat, and chopped off goat. You ain't read none of that. Speak, O Creator. You alone can satisfy this soaring spirit that sprang from you inspired. Speak, O Creator. Jehovah. You alone can satisfy this soaring spirit that sprang from you inspired. Give me light, O Father. I have encompassed the earth and bridged its nations with assimilative words. My geography is finished. Oh, give me a book of heaven. I have burrowed deep in corporeal knowledge and have seen the drift of all on the earth. Where is the spirit world and land of the dead? Oh, give me light. If you're getting some understanding, throw some sevens up in the chat, family. We moving. We got motion. No way. Spin that 7 up in the chat if y'all getting some understanding, man. We got motion. I don't know what none of these cats talking about. All right? And how y'all getting understanding from people who ain't never read what we talking about. I don't get it. It don't make sense. You're not qualified to speak if you never lived through it, right? If you never lived through it and you never did none of that, then you're not qualified to speak about it. You see? No more than I can speak about being Irish. I'm not that. I'm not that. So I can't speak about it. I don't know nothing about the customs and all that. You see what I'm saying? It was the same thing. The same principle applies, period. Right? You're not the authority on the matter if you haven't read it. Right? And just to read it to try to disprove something, listen to me, y'all. Oahspe's a tall mountain to climb just to be reading and trying to disprove the game. By the time you finish reading, you're going to be down with us. By the time you finish climbing that tall mountain, you're going to be down with us. And ain't nothing to debate after that. You dare not come back with a water pistol. You better not come back around here with a plastic butter knife. Right? No one in their right mind will read that and then come back and talk about they want to debate it. Nah. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Look, there ain't nothing to debate. You got 7s in the chat. All right, let's get into it. Today's prayer, the prayer of mankind, chapter 2, Oahspe, headshot. Jehovah heard Tay's prayer. Oh, wait. The Creator heard Tay's prayer. The Creator still hears your prayers, brothers and sisters, to this day. To this day. Creator heard Tay's prayer and answered him. He said, let the angels of heaven go down to the earth. My blessed son calls to me in wisdom and truth. And the angels of heaven descended to the earth, for it was in the early days of Dana, the beginning of an arc cycle, a time of great spiritual light. In the firmament of heaven, and the angels manifested and proved the immortal life of man. Creator said, let this day be the beginning of the reign of Cosmogony, the present time, y'all. Circa mid-1800s, 1848, 1850, up in there. All over the earth, there was high spiritual manifestations going on. All over this earth. People who have never even met each other. Go back and look. You see all type of spiritual phenomenon in the mid-1800s. Worldwide. All right? It was Oahspe revealing. It was the higher angels descended to the lower heavens, and a lot of things start cracking off. We got motion. Right? But that was the beginning of an arc cycle, the present era of Cosmogony. You see that? But you got to read Oahspe to know that time is measured in arcs. You've heard of archangels before? These are angels who preside over arc cycles. An arc cycle is roughly 3,000 years. Time is measured in arc cycles. He moves in arcs. You see what I'm saying? Look at this word. Let this day be the beginning of the reign of Cosmogony, for it is the beginning of the wisdom of earth joined with the wisdom of heaven in my name. Tay said, yet not even half is answered, O my Father in heaven. Since you have proved the immortal life, you have stirred me to my soul's foundation. Where do these inhabitants of the unseen world come from? Where lies this heavenly footstool of your majesty? Man still inquiring, man still asking. How about because that's how the Creator made man? He made you to ask and be inquisitive. You feel me? You're supposed to be investigative in this life. What is that? How does that work? Right? What is its purpose? What is its function? Right? If it go down, how do I fix it? Right? We're supposed to be perfecting ourselves in every aspect of life. Right? If when I am dead, I shall see the place. If when I am dead, I shall see the place. Is the germ of that sight not already in me? How am I made that I see but do not see this? Heard but do not hear this? If I am now dead to that which is to be, will I not then be dead to what is heard now? Give me light, oh Father. Look at this. Look what your Creator said. Your Creator ain't been nothing but love. Right? It's the deities and gods that's been out here pump faking. That you gave your allegiance to. We all did. I was thinking about that the other day. I re-broke everything that I ever made with any type of deity, knowing or unknowing. I re-broke it. I break every last unclean contract I ever made with every unclean spirit and deity, knowingly and unknowingly, in the name of the ever-present Creator. They have no power and authority over me and mine. And I render powerless every unclean spirit sent out against us, and I expose it to the ever-present light of the Creator. You got no power, weirdo, Jack. None at all. Yeah, I had to re-break everything. Like, yeah, I ain't, you know what I mean? Just spinning the block again in the spirit realm. Yeah. Just in case somebody ain't heard something. Look at this. Look what the Creator said. Look what he said. He said, Jehovah said, I gave a corporeal body to man so that he could learn corporeal things. The purpose of you living in your physical body is for you to learn physical things. Right? This is your experience. But I made death so that he could rise in spirit as an angel and inhabit my ethereal worlds. Death was made so you could receive your inheritance of the emancipated or the higher up heavens. Right? You die and you become a newborn spirit. Right? That's all angels and spirits are, their ancestors. Right? Spirits of one time living people. Why do you think they call them the spirit of the dead? Right? And you got spirits that are down with the Creator, and you got those as spirits of darkness who ride with the deities. You Feel me? That's just the reality of the spirit realm, right? But the fact of the matter is, death is a new birth. You're a newborn spirit. You're in Essene. Shout out to the Essenes and Nazarenes, man. You're in Essene, a newborn spirit, right? And your destination is Etheria, the higher up heavens. Look at this. Tay said, you made both the seen and the unseen, or they at war or in harmony. My corporeal body is made of earth, flesh, and stone, minerals, bone, and water. Is the spiritual body then not made of earth, oxygen, hydrogen, and imperceptible dust? The angels you have sent, the angels, trip off this, y'all. The angels you have sent have feet and legs. Why? Do they walk on earth? Do they walk on the earth or wade through it? They have no wings. They cannot fly. They say they have not seen the illustrious angels who have long been dead. Must I also go into the spirit world, simply to meet my neighbors and never salute the wise of ancient days? Give me light, old creator. He like the angels that you done sent. They're not little babies floating around in huggy pampers. The angels are not babies in huggies with wings. That's crazy. Look at his word. Something within me makes me anticipate the light and glory of what I have not seen. Something within me makes me anticipate the light and glory of what I have not seen. But I must have it tangible and demonstrable, the pure truth. Have you not given me an inquiring spirit? This is what man is saying to his creator. Have you not given me an inquiring spirit so that I must prove all things to my own satisfaction? How and when then, O creator, shall I find growth for my own members so that I can know the spirit world and its inhabitants? I will not be appeased by merely seeing the spirits of the dead or by their testimony. That's not enough. You see that? See, it's a lot of spiritual gurus out here selling y'all spirits, y'all, and they low grade, they're entertaining low grade spirits. Kindergarten in spirit. These ain't no high rays of the higher resurrection spirits. These be little oaks. Like look at minions, should I say, not little oaks, but minions. You dig? These be minions. Here you go. You all spiritual. So you done tapped in the spirit, did some type of riting ceremony, and invoked the presence of some type of spirit. It may be a malevolent, violent spirit. You never know. All these spirits be low vibrating spirits, below the grade kindergarten, sippy cup spirits. So he's saying it ain't enough. He say, oh, Jehovah, shall I find growth for my own members so that I can know the spirit worlds and its inhabitants? I would not be appeased or satisfied by merely seeing the spirits of the dead. That ain't enough. Just seeing a spirit, right? Or about her testimony. That ain't enough. They may call themselves God, Christ, Buddha, Brahma, Allah, Confucius, or Jesus. Yet I will not rest on them or their word. This is what man is saying, right? I will put forward my plea to you only, Jehovah. I am your son, or if you're a woman, daughter. You have quickened me to know things by my own knowledge. And though it is told me, thus said the Lord of your God, yet I will raise my voice ever above them. And though a spirit says, I am your Jehovah, believe me, I will deny him. For you have quickened me to rise up above the tales of the ancients and to demand knowledge from your throne. By you, my soul is moved to this magnificence, and only your magnificence can satisfy your son or daughter. As to the spirits of the dead, I desire to know their dwelling places, how they live, how they travel, their manner of growth. What's so evil about this? Their food and clothes, and how they spend their time, whether they labor or live idly. And above all, to what extent and in what way their physical lives affected their spiritual happiness in heaven. I desire to know, too, how it was with the ancients. Make clear, O Creator, the heavens and ways of my forefathers, for I would apply your lessons wisely. The wisdom of the day I would weigh against the crucible of the past and set my star to the future well prepared. What then, O Father, is your judgment upon the world today? What then, O Father, is your judgment upon the world today? For I desire to know how to live. Look at this. For I desire to know how to live, so that tomorrow may prove an everlasting glory. Powerful. What's evil about that? That's somebody being who the Creator made them to be. Inquisitive. Right? Want to know what's going on. How do things work? After all, you were given a physical life to experience, to have physical experiences. Right? And when your time's up here, you're birthed into the spirit realm as an Essene, a newborn spirit. And life continues. Look at this. Look at this. For I desire to know how to live, so that tomorrow may prove an everlasting glory. Make plain the ways of heaven and earth, O my Creator. I would know your creation, so that my just place in your wide universe may become known to me. Give me light, O Father, not by word of mouth. I don't want no secondhand information. I want to know for myself. That's what the voice of man is saying to his Creator. And that's what all of us should be saying individually. I want to know for myself. I want to have my own experience with the Creator. I don't, that it's good to hear other stories that help build, that helps build up faith and all that. But I need to have my own experience as well. And this is what man is saying, right? Because anything between you and your Creator, you feel me, is something that needs to be moved out the way, right? You don't need a filter, right? You don't need nothing to go through to get to your Creator, your Maker, right? He gave you this life for you to have your physical experience, right? But there's responsibility that come with it. Whoever you harm, you got to heal, right? So some are going to ascend to the higher heavens faster than others, because a lot of us have got a lot of shit to clean up, right? And your responsibility doesn't evaporate just because you die. It follows you into the spirit world. And however long it takes, you got to clean it up, right? And labor to raise the person up whom you so delicately harmed. You see that? Give me light, O Father, not by word of mouth. I will have my members quickened so that I can comprehend within myself. Then Jehovah, the Creator, spoke, saying, to all men and women, I gave 2 senses, physical and spiritual, corporate and this. The time is sufficed. Now finished, I allotted time for man to mature corporate materiality. But now the time of Cosmogony has come, the new era, and man shall mature spirituality. Everybody's spiritual today. This makes sense. Everybody's a guru, selling crystals, selling meditation tips. You know what I mean? How to crack open your different glands and your chakras, and all that's popping off today. It's time of Cosmogony. All right. It is the time of spiritual maturation. It's time to mature spiritually. Right. And there's a lot of goofy things that go on in the spirit world, just like there's goofy things that go on in the physical or the tangible world. All right. You need to know that. A lot of these people who are out here selling spirit are selling you a pie in the sky theory. They ain't gonna be like the gang and keep it real with you. Like, look, this is what you're gonna run into when you cross over and run into that. Watch out if you run into somebody named this or saying this. You see that? It is well that you be believing toward men and angels, but it is better to develop yourself. You have desired to know the mysteries of my unseen worlds and the past histories of the earth. Behold, I will give you a new sense, which will fulfill your soul's desire. And with it, you shall read the books in the libraries of heaven. Ball game, boy, bag drop. In the past have I not said, all things shall be revealed. Do not think that a loud speaking messenger will come. Do not think that a loud speaking messenger will come. Do not think that a loud speaking messenger will come. For man would not believe, but I quicken the righteous with my own hand, and they will comprehend without belief. See, there's a difference between what? Knowing and believing a thing. Difference. Look at this. The time of preaching and believing is at an end. Sorry for you jackleg preachers. Now you pastor down. Everybody want to talk about a pastor down right now. Look, you understand? Most of y'all already knew all that was happening. You already knew. You feel me? Like, he got a mess to clean up. That's all it is. Yeah, and he ain't going nowhere until he man up and clean that shit up, man. That's it. But to be so appalled and stuck and watching video after video about some stuff most y'all already knew. You been on that. Ain't nothing new. You feel me? Rufus just butthurt. Nigga, you was one of his main enforcers, so we don't feel sorry for you. Get over it. Man up. You should have been walking as a man from the jump anyway. Huh? The time of preaching and believing is at an end, Rufus. Charles Dow. The time of preaching and believing is at an end. Man shall know by his own knowledge and practice that which he knows, not belief. Huh? What he knows. And this, my light, is being manifested in this day. And again, Jehovah spoke in heaven and answered the Tay's prayer. And Oahspe came forth, being one of the first fruits for this, the Cosmogony era. Ooh, wee. And we're going to show how Oahspe came forth as well. You did at the end of this. If y'all get some understanding, go ahead and throw some foes in the chat, baby. We cooking. We cooking. We ain't going to play. You know what I mean? We ain't going to play. I ain't heard nothing evil yet for you slanderous jaw misfits. I ain't heard nothing evil yet. It's just a lot of dry eye. You know what I mean? Dry eye. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. Nathaniel. All right? It's just another light outside. A higher light than what the mainstream is offered, than what the Orthodox is offered for so many eons and ages. All right? You would think you would be relieved to know, like, oh, okay. You feel that? You feel all that pressure get up off of you? Right? And what I'm reading, y'all, is the reason why this is the most feared and hated book of these YouTube streets. Not because it's promoting hate. It's not promoting hatred. It's not promoting war. It's not promoting tribal warfare. You feel me? It's not promoting the battle of the sexes, male against female, female against male, like you see today. It's liberation, freedom, peace, not war. Joy, not depression. Responsibility, not blood sacrifice. Responsibility. You spilled it, you clean it. Right? You did what was wrong, go make it right. However long it takes. Right? We ain't heard nothing evil yet. And they want y'all to believe we lost the light. You ain't heard nothing evil. There's nothing evil we've heard. You see? All this is a what they call a smoke screen. It's the false gods that we at war with, or who we at war with, out here got their devotees putting up smoke screens. They would have y'all believe that they've actually climbed the tall mountain of Oahspe and read it. None of them have even read what we just read. That's the beginning of it. Tay's prayer. They ain't even read that. They ain't read this book, y'all. Elder Tiny Draws or Elder Tiny Gun, my bad. You feel me? Oil of Olay, Zion, none of them. The Canaanite gods, Nepal monkey ass. Nobody. Quanophanon, ain't nobody read this. They've attempted to several different parts trying to debunk it. It's a tall mountain to climb. Talking about you about to climb the mountain of Oahspe so you can debunk and shut the gang down. By the time you finish climbing, you're gonna be with us. It ain't nothing to debate. All y'all together ain't got enough light for us. Heard a bunch of stuff from y'all. None of it was tight to us. None of it. Look at this. Oahspe. There is a book of Oahspe in Oahspe. Didn't know that, did you? Oahspe, book 2. Look at this. Look at this. After the creation of man, the creator Jehovah said to him, so that you shall know you are the work of my hand. I have given you capacity, the capability for knowledge, power, and dominion. This was the first error. But man was helpless. Neither did he stand upright nor understand the voice of the Almighty. And the Creator called his angels who were older than the earth. And he said to them, go, raise man upright and teach him to understand. So there is no natural progression or natural selection like everybody's talking about. But man hasn't progressed without the help of older brothers and sisters, or who you would call angels or ancestors. Even those who are older than the earth were once mortals on other worlds. You see, so man has not progressed without being inspired, without the help of his older brothers and sisters, which are angels. One-time spirits of the dead, one-time living men and women who have crossed over and have risen in rank because of their grade, their spiritual vibration. You see that? So there is no natural selection. Man, they just happy to wake up one day, sniff the Folgers, and become this man you know today. Able to write computer codes and hack into Wi-Fi signals, and all that is a result of progression. But how was man able to progress? Through whose help and assistance? The angels of the Creator. Now you got your answer. But man was helpless. Neither did he stand upright nor understand the voice of the Almighty. And the Creator called his angels who were older than the earth. And he said to them, go raise man upright and teach him to understand. So the angels of heaven descended to the earth and raised man upright. And raised man upright. And man wandered about on the earth. This was the second error. So that means if man had been raised upright, man was what? Quasimodo? Hunchback? Right? This present man ain't what man was when he first was made. Man has progressed. Man has grown. Man has advanced. You see? Not even 100 years ago, it wasn't even an airplane in the sky. A little bit over 100 years ago. Everybody thought he was crazy until somebody put a plane in the sky. See that? So the angels of heaven descended to the earth and raised man upright, and man wandered about on the earth. This was the second error. The Creator said to the angels who were with man, behold, man is multiplied on the earth. Bring them together. Teach them to dwell in cities and nations. So the angels of Jehovah taught the peoples of the earth to dwell together in cities and nations. This was the third error since man or mortals were created. The fact that man gathers into cities and identifies with nations and all that is a result of the angels of the Creator being commanded by the Creator to teach man to gather together. You see? He ain't just wake up and start building the city. There's inspiration there. All right? Look at this. Right? All your thoughts, all your ideas come from the spirit world. You can't see a thought, not until you write it down. Look at this. Now in that same time, the beast or self rose up before man and spoke to him, saying, possess whatever you will, for all things are yours and are good for you. Right? So that goes back to what that is, or that war that we all fight within us every day, the war between good and evil. Right? A man can be on God time or demon time. Man can go either way, good or bad. See? It comes down to where what? You work to suppress that. All right? Now, at that same time, the beast or self rose up before man and spoke to him, saying, possess whatever you will, for all things are yours and are good for you. Man obeyed the beast, and war came into the world. See that? War came into the world. This was the fourth error. And man became sick at heart, and he called out to the beast, saying, you said possess all things for yourself, for they are good for you. Now behold, war and death have encompassed me on all sides. I pray, therefore, teach me peace. But look what the beast said. Look what self said. Man, like I want peace. You tricked me into becoming selfish. Look what the beast said. But the beast said, do not think I come to send peace on the earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Sound familiar? Matthew 10, 34 through 38. Sound familiar? Oahspe is saying that's the saying of the beast, and not the son or a son of the ever-present creator, who would have been speaking light, not war, not bloodshed. No son, no daughter of creator is talking about bloodshed, teaching war. Look what the beast said. But the beast said, do not think I come to send peace on the earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword, but you're supposed to be the Prince of Peace. Look at this. I come to set a man at variance against his father. So look at this. So this is about breaking up families. No family, no nation. Look at this. And a daughter against her mother. Whatever you find to eat, whether fish or flesh, eat it. Taking no thought of the moral. This is what the beast is saying. Not the who we call Yahshua HaMashiach, or the son of the creator who came bringing that higher light. And for that, he was murdered. Right? Yeah, everything that's attributed to who you call Yeshua ain't from him. All right, look at this. So man ate fish and flesh. So man ate fish and flesh, becoming carnivorous, and darkness came upon him. And he no longer heard the voice of his creator or believed in him. This was the fifth area of that. When you become carnivorous, when you start making your body a graveyard, you become less and less capable of hearing the voice of the ever-present creator. You start not being able to distinguish. You know what I mean? Especially you eating on flesh, your body full of worms, parasites, full of them. You see? Man became dark behind that, chewing on animals, chewing on loin meat. You dig? I just was tripping off today. It's been 3 years. April 2021. Yep, I ain't chewed on an animal in 3 years. Yep, April 2021. That's crazy. Time flying. Flying. Look at this. This was the fifth era. And if I can do it, anybody can. Because I used to, boy, don't put no chicken in front of me, boy. It'd have been a problem. And so if I can lay down or stop chewing on animal sandwiches, anybody can. Believe that. And the beast divided itself into 4 great heads and possessed the earth. And man fell down and worshiped them. Worshiped the beast. The names of the heads of the beast were Brahmin, Buddhist, Christian, and Mohammedan, Islam. All those are religions, the 4 main religions today. Quarterbacked by 4 false deities, gods, pump faking like they're the creator. The beast is religion that has done nothing but bring death, blood, and destruction into the earth. All religion. All religion. Right? And one example. There's not one that's exempt from it. All of it. Look at this. The names of the heads of the beast were Brahmin, Buddhist, Christian, and Mohammedan. See? And this is why Oahspe is the most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets. Because it's FGK, false god killers. All your gods get hit. All of them. And we don't discriminate. All of them get hit. Jumped. You feel me? When you find out there are false gods and your God is amongst them. And they divided the earth and apportioned it between themselves. The 4 false gods. Choosing soldiers and standing armies for the maintenance of the earthly aggrandizement. You see that? Yeah, you got Brahmin soldiers, Buddhist soldiers. What you think India got? What you think the Chinese got? Forget about the Christians and the Muslims. We know they got soldiers. All these are part of the beast system. Every last one of them. And all of them got standing armies. That's how you know that ain't got nothing to do with the creator. All of them got standing armies. Ready to murder. See that? Ready to murder. Look at this. And the Brahmins had 7 million soldiers. Good night. And the Brahmins had 7 million soldiers. The Buddhists, 20 million. The Christians, 7 million. And the Mohammedans, 2 million. Huh? Whose trade was killing man. Look at that. There you go, getting a stiff back, clicking your heels. Huh? Rectum tighten all up because you see a soldier, a veteran walk by. Huh? These men specialize in their trade is killing man. What's somebody like that gonna do giving you some type of spiritual advice? How? How somebody in darkness telling you you lost the light? How? Whose trade was killing man, and man in service of the beast, in service of religion, in service to self, in service to the false gods, gave 1/6 of his life and his labor to war and standing armies, 1/3 to dissipation and drunkenness. This was the 6th hour. Man, look at this. Nothing evil thus far, just resonating. Just resonating, right? Look at this. Look at this verse. The Creator called out to man to desist from evil, but man did not hear him. You see, you hear what the Creator is about? Telling man to stop being evil and wicked. You know you digging a grave that you got to lay down in. You know, you make your bed to lay down in it. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, man. Now look at this right here. The Creator called out to man to desist from evil, but man did not hear him. For the cunning of the beast had changed man's flesh, so that his soul was hidden as if in a cloud, and he loved sin. The Creator called out to man to stop from evil, but man did not hear him. For the cunning of the beast had changed man's flesh, so that his soul was hidden as if in a cloud, and he loved sin. The Creator called to his angels in heaven, saying, go down to the earth once more, to man, whom I created to inhabit the earth and enjoy it, and say to him, thus saith the Creator, behold, the 7th era has begun. Y'all, this is present time. Present time. Behold, the 7th era has begun. Your Creator commands. Your Creator commands your change from a carnivorous man of contention to an herbivorous man of peace. The 4 heads of the beast shall be put away, and there shall be no more war on the earth. This whole push to being plant-based, y'all, is of the Creator. Yeah. You mean the condition of the earth? The condition that the earth is in is a direct proportion to what man eats. Boy, you feel that? You hear that? The condition of the earth is in direct proportion to what you throw down your chops. It's the 7th era. Man is to put away his ways from being a carnivorous man of contention to an herbivorous, plant-based man of peace. The 4 heads of the beast shall be put away, and there shall be no more war on the earth. Your army shall be disbanded, weapons down. Right? Weapons down. Your army shall be disbanded, and from this time forward, whoever desires to not war, you shall not impress, for it is the commandment of your Creator. Woo! Look at this. Look at this. You can't over here talking about you're going to start a draft. You're going to start a draft. Look at this. Neither shall you have any God, Lord, or Savior, but only your Creator, Jehovah. Jehovah, Yahweh, Yahuwah. Neither shall you have any God, Lord, or Savior, but only your Creator. And you shall worship none other from this time forward forever. I am sufficient for my own creation. Y'all hear, boy? You hear your maker. No God, no Lord, no Savior. None of that is to be worshipped. None of it. None of it. Creator said, I am sufficient for my own creation. Out here worshiping something else. What we look like? Ooh, wait. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all already know, man. Love and light. It should be getting your spirit out. Look at it. And to all who separate themselves from the dominion of the beast. And that's what we have done. Making these covenants to me. I have given the foundation of my kingdom on earth. See, you're not heard by any mistake. We ain't linked up by any mistake. Know that. By any mistake at all. Right? This is the will of the Creator. It is. Look at this. And all such people shall be my chosen. By their covenants and their works, they shall be known on the earth from this time forward as mine. This is what the Creator says. And shall be called who? Faithists. You tell us we ain't got no faith. We're called faithists. What does that mean? Faith in the ever-present, omnipotent, all-knowing Creator of all creation, who is everywhere and yet unseen. You see that? Look at this. 21. But to those who would not make these covenants, I have given the numbers of the beast. See, so we know what we're dealing with when we go on these different platforms and all that. Everybody ain't made that stand with Creator like we have. And we come with all this higher light, but they ain't made that same covenant. So guess what they have? I have given the numbers of the beast, and they shall be called Oahspe. Oahspe, peoples of darkness, people of the world. You feel me? Hold on, y'all. It's going down. But to those who will not make these covenants, I have given the numbers of the beast, and they should be called Oahspe, signifying destroyers. And from this time forward, these shall be the two kinds of people on earth, faithists and Oahspe. Which one are you? We faithists over this way. Faith in the ever-present Creator of all creation. Creator is within you and without you, everywhere, at one time and unseen. Closest thing you got to compare to is wind. You either faithless or Oahspe. Which one are you? Look at this. So the angels of heaven descended to the earth, two men, and appeared before him face to face, hundreds of thousands of them. Speaking as man speaks, writing as man writes, and teaching these things about the Creator and his works. And the 33rd year of the angels' descent. And in the 33rd year of the angels' descent, the ambassadors of the angel host of heaven in the name of the Creator revealed to man his heavenly kingdoms through this Oahspe, making known the plan of his delightful creations for the resurrection of the peoples of the earth. Not immaculate is this book. Look at that. Even though all that happened, Oahspe ain't making the claim of being holy. No, the Bible's holy. The Holy Bible. That's the name of it. Oahspe is just called Oahspe. And look what it says. Look, it got more light than all your spiritual books, and it's still taking the load. Not immaculate is this book, Oahspe. Not immaculate is this book, Oahspe. What does immaculate mean? Over here, perfect, flawless, infallible. It's not perfect. It's not flawless. It's not infallible. Hey, we transparent over here. Show you exactly what it says. Now here it comes making this boast that it's not perfect, flawless, or infallible, and still outshining everything that you know of. What they do to that? Look at this. Look at this. Not immaculate is this book, Oahspe, but to teach mortals how to attain to hear the Creator's voice. Don't you need to know that? After 2,000, 3,000 years of being just force-fed religious jargon, dogma, being raked across the coals and burnt at the stake alive and hung and castrated. You don't think that man needs to know how to hear the Creator's voice? how to know the difference between a creator and a God? You don't think man needs to know this? Huh? When you act like you're going to start reading this and your damn head going to start spinning around on your shoulders. I've never seen so many superstitious people in my life, but that lets you know deep down, you know, boy, yeah, checkmate. Checkmate. When you find out, salute to my brother C-Lot, man. When you find out that there are false gods and your God is amongst them, boy, go left real quick, boy. Blow all your draws out because you really start worshiping this deity. You become what you worship. You become that. See that? You wonder why certain people act the way they act within the community. It's the way the God acts, mimicking the God. God said stoner. What you mean? Are you surprised he blew her head off with a shotgun? The Bible says he's supposed to be the first one to bring judgment to her. You see, we're wondering why the behavior is acted out the way it is, y'all. It's because it's the behavior of the God. Shout out to my brother Daryl Cosmo. God acts like that. Not immaculate is this book, Oahspe, but to teach mortals how to attain to hear the Creator's voice. You need to know that. And to see his heavens in full consciousness. Huh? While still living on the earth. Ball game, boy. Bag drop. What are you talking about? You need all this. And you run around here talking about something you're elevating. My kundalini has awakened. My chakras are moving. My pineal gland is decalcified. Ain't nobody done told you how to hear the voice of the Creator. How to see his heavens in full consciousness while still living on the earth. You ain't heard nothing like this. Anybody telling you they have, they're lying to you. Everything out there is vague. It ain't nothing deep and like, oh, okay, yeah, I can take that and meditate on that, boy. That's deep. No, it ain't none of that. Look at this. It says, and to see his heavens in full consciousness while still living on the earth, and to know, not believe, and to know in truth the place and condition waiting for them after death. Bad drop, boy. You don't want to have that conversation with us. What we going to be doing when we die? You get a blow-by-blow detail for the first 1,071 years. Your advancement, your education, your training. And that's just to become a Lord, which is the lowest rank of his commissioned gods. That ain't a Lord God or a God. Yeah. Yeah, the whole system in order has already been laid out. It's crazy. It is. And so you can know in truth the place and condition waiting for you after death. Look at this. Neither are nor were the revelations in this Oahspe wholly new to mortals. So Oahspe is even telling you it's not immaculate, meaning it's not perfect. And what you hear in Oahspe today, it may sound new to you, but it's not nothing new. It's not nothing new. This thing has been known going back to the ancient of times. Yeah. Ain't nothing new. The same things have been revealed at the same time to many who live at remote distances from one another, but who are not in correspondence till afterward. Because this light is comprehensive, meaning you can understand it. Because this light is comprehensive, embracing corporeal, physical, and spiritual things. It is called the beginning of the Cosmogony era. And because it relates to earth, sky, and spirit, it is called Oahspe. If y'all get some understanding, spin that vortex up in the chat, baby. Let's work. We ain't look. We only doing what any of them could have did, man. You did. Just start reading it. All this fumigating at the mouth, all this jaw jacking. Just read the book and then make your call. I'm trying to hurry none of that. You dig? Now, we wasn't raised like that. We wasn't raised when you just jaw jack and just run your chops. Huh? We was told put some draws on them chops, boy. You running your mouth too much. You dig? Everybody today is just loose lip with it. It's like, what? Like, how are you running your mouth about something you don't know nothing about? And you around this conscious community, got people thinking these niggas is deep. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. I've never in my life seen so much sacrificing of integrity just to sound right in my life. And these supposed to be reputable. These supposed to be reputables, you know what I mean? I've never seen the sacrificing of integrity on this level in my life. If I had never read Oahspe and just was hearing about it, guess what I would have told y'all? I ain't read it yet. I haven't heard about it. You know I'm about to get into it. I'm about to read it. You did? When everybody came around pumping the sealed portion book. This is back in like 2019. But the sealed Malaki, you read the sealed portion? It's the sealed portions. Yeah, Malaki, this is sealed the portions. And I started doing my research on it. And the research wasn't enough. I eventually had to start reading it. And I did. I read it. And I found out about who they call Jesus officiating a gay wedding amongst his disciples. Mary and Bartholomew and Thomas. The bus stops there. When I read something like that, okay, well, the bus stops. I gotta keep pushing. I got things to do. You know what I mean? The Nazarene Bible. You know what I mean? Salute, whatever. It's all good. I'm saying no one can bring any type of judgment on anything unless they've read it themselves and did their own research themselves. These cats ain't doing it. These cats ain't doing none of that. Everybody's outside with it and running to people that have no clue about what we're talking about. Right? It's demonic. It's evil. It was produced by a devil. All this milly mouthing. None of y'all have ever even inquired into who wrote your textbooks, and your textbooks is what all you niggas learned out of in school. Textbooks, which aren't even real books. You can't go to no regular library. Go to the public library and get a textbook from Harvard. A textbook that you need to pass a class. So the textbooks that you grew up reading out of and studying out of for your math, your science, your social studies, aren't even real books. And not one of you have licked your fingers, went to the front, found out who published it, and went into their background. You don't know who published it and wrote your textbooks. Nobody knows, right? He could have been a cat that like laying with greased up midgets. You don't know. But yet these are the books that educated America. Textbooks, which aren't even real books. You can't go to any public library and get a school's textbook on no level. I don't care if you're talking about elementary, middle school, high school, or collegiate. Textbooks aren't even real books. And yet America has been educated out of what? Textbooks, and not one of you. And not one of you have ever looked into who published and wrote it. But you just so amped to do this over here with us. And the whole time, you ain't even getting into the book. Let's get into the book. Let's get into the book and see what it's saying. Later for all the fumigating and jaw jacking. What are you talking about? Why is everyone talking and not reading it? Read it first, then make your call. Because to us, y'all looking gang goofy. And it's this much fear and hate for this book that nobody's reading but the gang. Shout out to the CGG, man. Creative gang in the building, man. FGK, false god killers in the building. You bring them, we raise them. You dig? You dig? Yeah, KG. Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Who furnished the first list for the New Testament that everybody read out of today? Who the one that came up with the canon of scripture? Were these Bantu Negroes from the Congo? Let me help you out with something. The first person to furnish a list of the New Testament at an ecumenical, or not, it wasn't even an ecumenical council, it was a synod, was Pope Damasus of Rome. Yeah, in 381 AD. He's the first one to furnish a list of what's supposed to go into what we call today as the New Testament. And he was who we call a so-called European. Nobody questions it. Nobody says anything. Well, what about the Strong's Concordance? My brother Gabriel, King G Boxologist, my brother. You know, he's my brother, man. It ain't nothing like that. Just on some real stuff. Let's rap real quick, right? All right, what about the Strong's Concordance? Who was James Strong? Was he a Bantu Negro from the Congo? Let me show you something, bro. These cats are hypocrites. Cats are hypocrites, bro. You feel me? These cats are hypocrites. That means they can't use the blue letter no more, Gabriel. Who is that? That's James Strong. That's the one who produced the Strong's Concordance. So when the Israelites staying away from Oahspe because John Newbro is a so-called white man, well, who is that? And they lived during the same period. Matter of fact, the Strong's Concordance came out after Oahspe, not before, after. The boy Moses tried to bring that out. Cal chopped his head off with it. Like that came out 10 years afterwards. That's a so-called white man, European. So any Israelite that's acting like they don't want to read Oahspe because it was touched or came through the hands of a white man, don't use the Blue Letter Bible anymore. Don't look up any Hebrew or Greek words because all those, including the lexicons, were put together by Bantu Negroes from the Congo. No, white men. White men. Europeans. There ain't no getting around it. And that's just one example, bro. We got so many, you know what I mean? So many examples we can bring up and pull and prove and show beyond any shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? By any shadow of a doubt, bro, that like it's disingenuous for anybody to be talking all that white man stuff. And again, like, what about the ones who produced your textbooks? There ain't no brother that you got in this world, in this country, Gabriel, that didn't get educated through textbooks. There's not one. And none of your textbooks were put together by Bantu Negroes from the Congo, brother. None of them. So it's all disingenuous. You know what I mean? It's all disingenuous. That's right, bro. Another white guy, brothers pick and choose what to accept. It's hypocritical. Come on, man. We got to stop that. We got to stop that is all I'm saying. It's like, man, we got to look, that type of behavior and reasoning is going to keep us low vibrating. We're going to be vibrating so low, it ain't even going to be, you know what I mean? It ain't going to be funny. Like, we ain't going to be able to receive no type of higher light at all behind any of this. You know what I mean? If we just let the so-called complexion or how somebody look stop us from receiving certain types of truth. You feel me? I got something I want to show you, though. I got something I want to show you, player. And again, you feel me? It's all hypocritical for anyone to be saying any of that, because who you think authored or has the authority over Bible? Who are the authorities over the Bible? Are they Bantu Negroes from the Congo? Who has the authority over it? Or who has the authority to redact it? to revise it. No. Look at this right here. We'll get back to it, but just to show what it is. Feel me? Who was there right there? All right. That's John Wycliffe, right? The Wycliffe Bible, 1328 to 1384. Wycliffe's Bible, or the Wycliffian Bibles, are names given for a sequence of Middle English Bible translations believed to have been made under the direction or instigation of English theologian John Wycliffe of the University of Oxford. They are the earliest known literal translations of the entire Bible into English. Right there, brother. This is not a Bantu Negro from the Congo. That's Gandalf, the Lord of the Rings. The translator worked from the Vulgate, the Latin Bible that was the standard biblical text of Western Christianity. Well, that's Jerome, the necromancer. What about the Johannes Gutenberg Bible? Right? Is that a Bantu Negro from the Congo? So that's European. Who's this right here? The Ceteris Erasmus Rotterdamus. Don't even try to make him a black man. Stop it. Martin Luther. None of these are Bantu Negroes from the Congo, bro. All these so-called William Tyndale, all these who we would call Europeans today are the authorities of the Bible. All right? What's happening? Where the so-called Negroes at? The Geneva Bible, Roland Hill. Who brought the first Bible to America? Roland Hill, 1495 to 1561. He brought the Geneva Bible. Sir John Hawkins, 1532 to 1595. Was an English naval commander, naval administrator, privateer, and slave trader. Hawkins persuaded Queen Elizabeth I to back his second slave voyage. Elizabeth I. Look at that. The coat of arms granted to John Hawkins by Queen Elizabeth I in 1565, showing an enslaved man. See that? There go the good ship of Jesus, Jesus of Lubeck. Shout out to my brother Selah Shalom. This is actually his presentation. There go the captain of the Mayflower. That ain't no Bantu Negro. That's Ricky Ricardo. Now you in the Americas. So the first Bible arrived in 1607. That is 12 years before the first slaves arrived in the Americas in 1619. Well, King James, okay. You know, that's still up in the earth, but it's okay, whatever. Lancelot Andrews, John Overall. Look at all these authorities, bro. Translated Isaiah to Malachi, Thomas Holland, Miles Smith, Daniel Fairclough, Thomas Ravish, George Abbott, Henry Saville, all Europeans. King James was a Mason too. That's easy work. You know what I mean? He got something else I want to show you. That's that demonology. Reginald Scott. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like we do all this talking about so-called Europeans, and you can't even really show not one so-called brother that had any authority, especially with the Bible that you receive today. Are they going to tell you the Ethiopian Bible? Look at this. Eleazar ben Yehuda. He the one that revived the Hebrew language. Is that a Negro? No. He's responsible for producing the first Hebrew dictionary, y'all, in the world. In the world. Yeah, the Greek Septuagint is the oldest Old Testament. It's in Greek. Yeah, the Septuagint is the Old Testament. But that's in Greek. Again, that wasn't written by no Negroes either. It's in Greek. Right? So you know the Yehuda pocket dictionary a lot of the bros use? That's his. That's Eleazar Yitzhak Perlman. Was a Hebrew linguist, grammarian, and journalist renowned as the lexicographer of the first Hebrew dictionary and the editor of HiZivi. See that? First Hebrew dictionary. All right, looked up James Strong. That's JBN. Everybody's so mad. Like, it's like, well, hold on. How is anybody mad about what he looks like when it ain't been nothing but that's been touching Bible the whole time? I'm trying to get to this. These pictures that he got on here. Here we go, right here. Okay. So let's go back, y'all. These are the authorities. These are the European authorities or authorship of the Bible. These are the men who had their hands on Bible from BC times, y'all, all the way up to the 1600s. Are any of these people Bantu Negroes from the Congo? No. We got Ptolemy II, Constantine, Pope Damasus, Saint Jerome, Moses Maimonides, John Wycliffe, Gutenberg, Erasmus, Martin Luther, William Tinsdale, Roland Hill, and James VI and the First, y'all. Any of these y'all people? And don't forget about the numerous scribes and redactors and editors. Are any of these your people? So-called melanated or so-called black folk. No, but we told Bible like it is. So how hypocritical is it for any of us to say we're not going to deal with Oahspe? You know what I mean? Because Oahspe came through the hands of a white man. Well, who in the hell has Bible come through? When did the Israelites have control over their records? This is Ptolemy. That's when the Septuagint came out right there, Gabriel. Ptolemy II. First one on the list right here. 309 to 246 BC. See, we put it on a timeline, man. You can't wiggle out of that. So look at all these hands. And these are the authorities. These ain't even the ones who, like, they had scribes and working for them. So these ain't even their scribes. These are just the authorities over the translations, y'all. This ain't including the scribe and what he was told. But look at all the hands the Bible had to pass through. Not one is a Negro. Not one. And we still read Bible, right? Don't we still read Bible? Yeah, we do. Still read it. Even though that's what it is. So how hypocritical is that, man? We got to stop that. All right, let's get back to this. All right, I hope that answers some questions for you, my brother. I hope that answered the questions for you, brother. You feel me? That ain't baby mama in the chat, is it? What you doing on here? That baby mama in the chat. Girl, what you doing on here? It's all good. Yeah, so none of them are black. Right? That don't mean you're gonna stop reading it. See, everything should be based off its merit. Like, it should be based off what's in the actual book. You feel me? Everything that's been happening, y'all, anybody got anything to say about what we talking about? Guess what? They've been tap dancing outside the book the whole time. Tap dancing out the book, outside the book. They don't want you to read it. They don't want you to read it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is you, huh, baby mama? Uh-huh. Girl, what you doing? That's good. I'm glad you tapped in. Right? Glad you tapped in. Tell my son and my daughter, tap on in. Yeah, you done got up in here and got called out. Let me go ahead and put you on the screen so everybody knows who you is. That's Judea mama right there. You in the building. That what's up, though, Candy. That what's up. Y'all keep Candy in our prayers, man. Candy just lost her moms. You did. That was my girl, too. Mama Brenda was cool, man. Nothing but love and light, Candy. You already know. You know what I mean? All good, all good. Nothing but love, girl. All right. Okay, bro, say, yeah, that helped out. That's what I'm talking about, all right? That's why it's hypocritical, because, man, look at all them hands the Bible had to pass through for us to get it today. You know what I mean? You dig? All good. All right, so let's get back to this right here. Easy work. The voice of man. Oahspe, headshot. We ain't heard nothing evil yet. We ain't heard nothing evil yet, man. All they got to do is tap in with us, man. Nothing evil. No, nothing blood curdling. You dig? It's just disingenuous, man. And I said it earlier, though, Gabriel. I said, man, look, once you realize your own personal biases and prejudices that you got against what we bringing out, you already guilty of over there. So-and-so was a Mason. Don't make me go back into that document I just pulled up that my brother C-Lot put together and show you King James was a Mason. Where we at now? We still read Bible, don't we? Come on, bro. Oh, and then when we ask you to show us, you know what I mean, the year, date, and the lodge that JBN was initiated into the Freemason Brotherhood or whatever, you can't even prove it, but we can do it with King James. You see? It's a lot of pump faking with it. And when we end this lesson today, even how Oahspe came into being, we're going to read that, right? Everybody going to be laughing. Oh, see, that's why I don't read it. And then we're going to go show how the Torah came into fruition. What was that process? And then you'll see even with that, dang, I said I don't want to read that because of that, but I'm already guilty of that. The Torah came the same way. You see that? You see that? Look at this right here. The voice of man. Oh, Creator, what am I that I should supplicate you? Do I know my own weakness, or do I understand the way of my thoughts? You have placed before me most wonderful creations. They impress me, and my senses rise up in remembrance of the Almighty. Where have I invented one thought other than by looking upon your works? How can I do otherwise than remember my Creator? And out of your creations, O Creator, find rich food for meditation all the days of my life. Boy, you want to tap in with Creator? Boy, go examine creation. Breathe in, let the light in, and start getting them wisdom downloads. You feel me? Find rich food for meditation all the days of my life. And yet, though I have appropriated the earth to myself, I am neither happy nor perfect. Misery, crime, and selfishness are upon my people. What is my weakness that I cannot overcome it? Or what is my strength that I give in to the desires of the earth? I build up my belief and courage in you. But before I know the way of my weakness, I stumble and fall. Am I made that I shall be forever a disappointment to myself and a censor to my own behavior? How can I say to anyone, be pure and holy? Man. Boy, hey, I'm telling you, look at this. Look at this right here. Just breathe in, let the light in. Listen, y'all. We ain't talking about nothing evil over this way. Everybody's just superstitious. Right? And again, all of them have admitted that they would kill their children if God told them to. Matter of fact, one of the four horsemen, put that in the debate chat. I'll play it at the end. We got all y'all on record claiming you'll kill your child if your God told you to. That's how we know. The Creator never tell you to kill anything he created, including your children or any children. You dig? That ain't the Creator that's telling you. And you so devoted. And you show Malaki has lost the light. Malaki has lost the light. But you just said you would you would chop the head off your baby if God told you to. That's what you said. If God told you to kill your child, you said you'd do it. No hesitation. The one cat said, huh? Hell yeah. He said, a hell yeah. Yeah, look hard. Look at this. How can I say to anyone, be pure and holy, O man? Or my flesh and blood not without sin. Or this corruptible self, this tendency to fall from the right way. You, O my Creator, have proven to my senses every day of my life that you alone are mighty in purity and truth. If only I had a starting point from which to estimate your wonderful decrees, or could find a road in which I would never stumble. But yet, O Creator, I will not complain because of the way of your works. You have invented a limit to my understanding by which I am reminded of you to call upon your name. I perceive my own vanity. I perceive my own vanity. That were all knowledge mine. That were all knowledge mine. I would become less beholden to you. What am I, O Creator, without you? Or how am I to find the glory of your creations, other than by the light of your countenance? You raised me up out of sin and darkness and clothed me in light. I perceive the smallness of myself in your great works. You have bound me to travel on the earth, to sojourn with beasts and all types of creeping things. Nor have you given me one attribute in which I can boast over them, except in the power of destruction. The high firmament you have placed above me. The high firmament you have placed above me, the stars, moon, and sun. I know you have been there, but I am bound down in a little corner of your works. Neither do I have power to rise up to your distant places, nor to know your extended heavens. No, I do not even have power to shape my own size and stature. Look at this. But all things take form and dimension, whether I will it or not. In your own way, the walls of the world are built. By their magnitude, I am confounded. By the majesty of your hand, appalled. Why have I vainly set myself up as the highest of your works? My failures are worse than any other living creature under the sun. I cannot build my house in perfection as a bird does. My ingenuity cannot fashion a spider's net. I cannot sail up in the air like a bird, nor live in the water like the fish, nor dwell in harmony like the bee. Half of my offspring die in infancy, and the multitude of my household are quarrelers, fighters, drunkards, and beggars. The best of my sons and daughters are less faithful than a dog. Damn. I go forth to war, to slay my brother, even while your wide earth has room for all. Yes, I plague the earth with starvation, sin, and untimely death. Oh, if only I could school myself to not boast of my greatness. Instead, I should be forever ashamed in your sight. Oh, Jehovah. But I will acknowledge my iniquities. I can hide nothing from the eye of my Creator. Hear me then, O Father. I took up arms against my brother. I took up arms against my brother. And this is for this, Iran and Israel and Hamas and Malaki, whose side you on? Neither one. The Creator don't inspire war, nor commands it. All this is the work of deities. I took up arms against my brother with great armies. I encompassed him to despoil him. By the stroke of my sword, I multiplied his widows and orphans. The cry of anguish that came out of their mouths, I answered by the destruction of my brother's harvests. To my captains and generals who showed great skill in killing, I built monuments in stone and iron. Yes, I inscribed them from top to bottom with their bloody victories. All the generals, you know what I mean? Albert Pike was a general. Got statues of him in D.C. Look at this. Look at this. And in my vanity, I called out to the young, saying, behold the glory of these great men. To honor them, I have built these great monuments. And the youth of my household were whetted with ambition for spoil. The example of my hand made them train themselves for warfare. To my colonels and generals, I gave badges of gold. I called to the young women, saying, come a great honor I give you. You shall dance with the officers of death. You heard the voice of man? And they fluttered up on tiptoe, elated by the honey of my words. Oh, Jehovah, how gaping my wickedness, how utterly I have failed, except in making the flow of my brother's blood the relish of Satan. To my destroying hopes, I have given great honor and glory. In the pretense of enforcing peace, I hewed my way in flesh and blood. So you can't be talking about no peace and be standing in a river up to the horse's bridle for 200 miles in blood. a lot of blood. It's a lot of blood. Somebody got to tell y'all, weapons down. Somebody got to say the obvious, weapons down. I made an illusion, a kingdom. I called out to my people saying, we must have a kingdom. I showed them no reason for it, but I pressed them to take up arms and follow me for patriotism's sake. Here you go, being a patriot. Flying your American flag, clicking your heels together, getting a stiff back and a stiff rectum, saluting every veteran that walked by. You a patriot. Huh? But I pressed them to take up arms and follow me for patriotism's sake. And yet, what was patriotism? Behold, I made it as something greater than you. And your commandment, you shall not kill. So all you so-called American-loving patriots, you off too. That is not the spirit of the Creator. Huh? That's a way to mask. That's a way to cover up, or that's a way to jump over and not be held accountable to the commandment, you should not kill. You come up with a new term called patriotism and say, keep handling your business. Patriotism. Huh? Patriotism ain't nothing but an excuse to avoid the commandment of not killing. If y'all understand that, give me some threes up in the chat, man. Don't fall for the word salad, patriotism. Don't even fall for that. Don't even fall for that. Huh? Because it ain't nothing but an excuse to override the commandment given to you by your Creator, the universal mandate of not killing. No matter if man come up with some type of damn phrase called being a patriot. What the hell does that matter? Oh, you can kill if you a patriot. Nah. Thou shalt not kill. Well, killing the street shedding innocent blood. Well, that don't apply to that damn chicken whose head you just lopped off his shoulders. That ain't innocent blood. Yes, by the cunning of my words, I taught them my brother was my enemy. That to fall upon and destroy him and his people was great patriotism. You see that going down right now with Benjamin, where the student Netanyahu in Iran. And Iran attacking them the other day. By the cunning of my words, I taught them my brother was my enemy. That to fall upon and destroy him and his people was great patriotism. Standing up for your country. Huh? What you gonna do? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Become a patriot. Sacrifice your life. Look at this. And they ran at the sound of my voice for my glory and the greatness of my kingdom. And they committed great havoc. Look at this. You think it's a game? Yes, I built colleges for training my young men in warfare. West Point. Y'all heard of West Point before? Yeah. Military school. High school, all TC. Yeah, they got schools that train you up to become a soldier or a mercenary of death. Remember, Oahspe is the most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets because nobody gets spared. I don't give a hell if you Chris Kyle. Now we don't care if you the top imam, we don't care if you the top pastor, the top elder. It don't matter what phrase you going to war. It don't matter. We got something for you because it's all government, religion. All of it is part of the beast. It's all part of the beast. Yes, I built colleges for training my young men in warfare. I drew boundaries, making borders here and there, saying this is my kingdom. All others are my enemies. I patted my young men on the head saying, you dogs of war, great shall be your glory. And their judgment was turned away from peace. I made them think that righteousness was to stand up for me and my country and to destroy my brother and his people. So all that warfare you see going on, and it's what it is, and it's almost Armageddon, and you over here hoping for Armageddon. You clapping like a seal at the zoo at feeding time. Oi, oi, it's feeding time. You are praying for some war to pop off. Huh? Meanwhile, we sending peace missiles at it. Diffuse all that and get that up out of here, man. Them ain't nothing but agents of darkness inspiring mortals to go on over there and lay their brothers, spill their brothers' blood in the mud. Huh? Look at this. And the game, man. This is easy work. We know why it's feared and hated. Because all the false gods got to come out now. We know where you at. Yes, they built me forts, castles, and arsenals without number. I called to my people saying, come, behold the glory of my defenses, which I built for you. And they gave me money, garrisons, ships of war, and torpedoes, shouting, hurrah, hoorah. Hoorah. That's what, ain't that what the Marines say? Hoorah. Hoorah for our kingdom. We have faith in these things, but not in you, our creator. Thus I led them away from you. Their eyes I turned to look down in the way of death. By the might of my armies, I put away righteousness. There is no spilling blood for peace sake. That's another misnomer. Yes, I covered the earth over with drunkards, widows, and orphans. To beggary, I reduced them. But I whetted their pride by saying, look what great standing armies we have. To the man who said there shall come a time of peace. To the man who said there shall come a time of peace when war shall be no more forever. I mocked and said, you fool. I know the counts against me, O Father. I cannot hide my iniquity. Look at this. I cannot hide my iniquity from your sight. I have said war was a necessary evil. You've heard all this before. You've heard all this before. I have said war is a necessary evil to prevent a too populous world. Really? Look at this. I turned my back on the wide, unsettled regions of the earth. With this falsehood in my mouth, I stood up before you. Yes, I cried out as if for the righteous, saying, I war for righteousness. Y'all heard this? You heard all this today. In righteousness, he doth judge and make war. I war for righteousness and for the protection of the weak. In the destruction of my brothers and sisters, I stood as a murderer, pleading this excuse. Stubbornly, I persisted in not seeing justice on the other side, while I cut down those whom you had created alive. Above the works of your hand, I raised myself up as a pruning knife in your vineyard. Even more than this, I persuaded my sons and daughters that to war for me was a war for our Father in heaven. By my blasphemy, I led them into ruin. And when the battle was over for a day, I cried out, behold the glory of those who were slain for the honor of their country. Thus I have added crime to crime before you, Jehovah, and so destroyed your beautiful creation. Truly, I have not one word in justification of my deeds before you. Boy, and the creator ain't sanctioning no warfare, y'all. None. Anybody telling you that's of the creator, what's happening in Israel and Iran, that's a lie. Creator ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing. Those are mortals inspired by their dark lords. That's not the creator at all. Look at this. Oh, if only I had remained faithful with you, O Jehovah. But I invented gods to the glory of the evil one. In one place I called out to my sons and daughters saying, be Brahmins, Brahma saves. Whoever professes his name, be Brahmins, Brahma saves whoever professes his name. In another place I said, be Buddhists. Buddha saves whoever calls on his name. In another place I said, be Christians. Christ saves whoever calls on his name. In another place I said, be Mohammedans. Be Mohammedans. Wow. Whoever says there is only one God and Muhammad is his prophet shall have indulgence without sin. Thus I have divided the earth, O Jehovah, into 4 great idolatries. Look at this. All the false gods getting called out. Every last one of them. They're being exposed. Thus I have divided the earth, O Creator, into 4 great idolatries. I have established them, and into their hands put all manner of weapons of destruction, and they have become more terrible against one another than the beasts of the forest. Oh, if only I could put away these great iniquities which I raised up as everlasting torments to the earth. Truly there is no salvation in any of these. None of those false deities of God, none of those religions, none of those spiritual systems, none of it. The outcome is blood and war. Their people are continually destroying one another. They quarrel and kill for their respective religions. And that was happening. Israel and Iran right now. One is Judaism, one is what? Islam. Right? Right? We ain't making none of this up. Look at this. They quarrel and kill for respective religions, setting aside your commandment. You shall not kill. They love their own nation and hate all others. Sound familiar? See, that's the vibration of a false god. They love their own nation and hate all others. They set aside your commandment. Love your neighbor as yourself. Nothing evil yet. They preach and pray in sufficient truth, but not one of these people practices peace. So they pray. Islam, they pray 5 times a day. They preach and pray in sufficient truth, but not one of these people practices peace, love, and virtue in any degree equal to their understanding. These religions have not saved from sin any nation or city on the whole earth. What's the fruit behind it? Look at this. Look at this. Y'all, we just reading. You feel me? We doing what don't nobody else want to do because they scared of this. In vain, I have searched for a plan of redemption, a plan that will make the earth a paradise and the life of man a glory to you, our Creator, and a joy to himself. But alas, the 2 extremes, riches and poverty, have made the prospect of a millennium a thing of mockery. For one rich man, there are 1,000 poor, and their interests ceaselessly conflict with one another. Labor cries out in pain, but capital strikes him with a heartless blow. Nation is against nation. Nation is against nation. King against king. Merchant against merchant. Consumer against producer. Yes, man against man in all things upon the earth. That's a fact. That's a fact. All byproducts of the beast, y'all. None of this is happening. The wars, the downfall of the economy, all this is a byproduct of the beast, the religion, the standing armies, right? The 4 false religions that are presently in this earth. Everything that you are going through in this earth is a direct byproduct of that. Because the state is rotten, the politician feeds on it. Because society is rotten, the lawyer in court have riches and sumptuous feasts. Because the flesh of my people is rotten, the physician finds a harvest of comfort. Now, Jehovah, I come to you. You hold the secret of peace. Nothing evil, man. Your creator ain't nothing but love and light. Got you around here thinking your creator is telling you to, you know what I mean, take up arms and kill sucklings. Like, stop that, man. Stop that. You know that's wrong. Right? So be real for once in your life and stop trying to justify certain things. You know that killing your child because the wind blew a certain way, you know what I mean, is wrong. Everybody knows this. Or killing any child or anyone just because the wind blew a certain way. That's evil. You know, getting around that. We ain't got to, do we got to have 1,000 precepts to prove it ain't? We should already know this. You know what I mean? Hold on one second. Oh, wait, look at this. Now, Creator, I come to you. You hold the secret of peace, harmony, and goodwill among mortals. Give me your light, O Father. Show me the way to proceed so that war, crime, and poverty may come to an end. Open the way of peace, love, virtue, and truth, so that your children may rejoice in their lives and glorify you and your works forever. Such is the voice of man, O Creator. In all the nations of the earth, this voice rises up to you, as you spoke to Zarathustra, Abraham, and hold on, these little devils tripping. Hold on. Short legs be tripping. When you say y'all ready to riot up, man, these legs be tripping, girl. Like for real. Look at this. I'm gonna read this again. 38. That deal say, now, O Creator, I come to you. You hold the secret of peace, harmony, and goodwill among mortals. Give me your light, O Father. Show me the way to proceed so that war, crime, and poverty may come to an end. Open the way of peace, love, virtue, and truth, so that your children may rejoice in their lives and glorify you and your works forever. Such is the voice of man, O Creator. In all the nations of the earth, this voice rises up to you, as you spoke to Zarathustra, Abraham, and Moses, leading them forth out of darkness. O speak, Creator. Man has faith in you only. You alone were sufficient for the past. Today, you alone are sufficient for your own creation. Speak, O Creator, Jehovah. Ooh, if y'all get some understanding, spin that vortex up in the chat, man. Spin that vortex up in the chat. We out here working. Ooh, yeah. Now, some may ask, but Malaki, woo, man, oh man. Let's read this right here. All right, so this is the book of Jehovah, or the Creator. Oahspe headshot. All right, this is what we're dealing with. Right here. Easy work, man. The most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets. Right? And y'all, it's feared and hated because of the light it possesses. Not because it's telling you to do anything evil at all. You know what I mean? It ain't flaunting evil at all. That's the crazy part. So when people be running their mouth, you be like, oh, okay, you just in your little feelings. You really don't know what the hell you talking about. You just in your feelings about little something, man. That's it. I mean, eventually you're gonna come up out of that. The boy's a baby. The boy's in sippy cup mode. The boy's a baby. What is the book of Jehovah about? In which is revealed the three great worlds or realms: corpor, atmosphere, and etheria. As in all other Bibles, it is revealed that this world was created. So in this Bible, Oahspe, it is revealed how the Creator created it. So you get the methodology, right? You don't just get in the beginning, God created. You get methodology now. You get the how. You know what I mean? That piques a lot of people's interest, right? Especially if you don't look at creation and looked at the heavens long enough. Eventually, you're gonna ask yourself, how did He do that? Or how did Creator do that? How were we made? How was it all kicked off? Like with what? How? Like methodology. You're just reading it was created. Oahspe gives you the how. You know what I'm saying? Again, why is it feared? Why is it hated? When it's beneficial to you, man. It's beneficial. You know what I mean? We ain't read nothing yet that was blood curdling. We ain't read nothing yet that was evil. Go drink you some blood, say some seances of Satan, nigga, cast some spells, none of that. None of that. It's revealed that this world was created. So in this Bible, Oahspe is revealed how the Creator created it. As other Bibles have proclaimed heavens for the spirits of the dead, behold, this Bible reveals where these heavens are. Now you see why a devotee to a false god would fear and hate this. Because guess what? It exposes him for pump faking. You dig? He's pump faking. The false gods act as if they're the creator when they just lords and gods and all that. They ain't nowhere near the creator. They just your ancestors. They just one-time living men and women. That's it. Right? So it says right here, where these heavens are, and the manner, glory, and work that the spirits of the dead enjoy. You heard it? It says, and the manner, glory, and work that the spirits of the dead enjoy, and through which the wisdom, power, love, and glory of the Almighty is magnified for the understanding of man. So in Oahspe, we even got a book of Yahweh. Fourth book of Oahspe, book of Yahweh. Book of Yahweh. Wow. We ain't reading nothing but benefits, y'all. You know what I mean? Benefits. That's what we looking at. Look at this right here. Easy work, man. Easy work. And now watch this right here. Watch this right here. Chapter 1, Book of Jehovah, Oahspe headshot. All was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spoke, and motion was and is and ever shall be. And being positive was called he and him. The all motion was his speech. These are attributes of the creator, the all. Knows what it's saying. His speech is motion. Huh? Look at this. He said, I am, and he comprehended all things, the seen and the unseen. Nor is there anything in all the universe that is not part of him. Go look up. Go look. He said, I am the soul of all, and all that is seen is part of my person and my body. You want to go look at me? You want to look at the creator? You got to go look at his creation. Other than that, you can't see creator as you see a man, woman, or animal. Creator's ever present, everywhere at one time, and yet invisible. You got to look at the function of creation to know that there's a creator. That's why it sounds like crack pipe logic to be an atheist. It's crack pipe logic. And usually the atheists, once they cross over, they be the ones that become establishers of idolatry to themselves and become false gods. Yeah. It's crack pipe logic not to believe in a creator. Look at creation. You dig? And that conversation shouldn't even be long. It should be, yep, go look at it. Yeah, you're right. Because it ain't nobody that can even duplicate that. By virtue of my presence, all things are. That means the things are the way they are because of the creator's presence. Creation functions the way it does because the creator is there, ever present. Right now, within us, every last one of us, and without every last one of us. The reason you are pulling air through your nostrils right now is because of the creator's ever presence. He's everywhere at one time. By virtue of my presence, all things are. By virtue of my presence, life is. Ain't no life without the presence of the creator. What you mean? By virtue of my presence, the living are brought forth into life. Because of the creator's presence, babies are born. I am the quickener, the mover, the creator, the destroyer. I am the first and the last. To create anything, you got to destroy something. Yeah, ingredients, you know what I mean? You may use a little cayenne pepper and a little this and a little that, mix everything together. What you don't have is the original ingredient it was before it got mixed together. You had to destroy it. You had to destroy it. down to making a paper airplane. You got to destroy the paper and fold it with certain creatures. It's no longer just a piece of paper. It's a paper airplane. To create anything, it must be something had to be destroyed and put back together, reformed, remolded, and then, you know what I mean, sculpted. Easy work. Look at this. I am two apparent entities. Nevertheless, I am only one. These entities are the unseen, which is potent. Unseen is the spirit realm, which is strong, potent. And the seen, the physical realm, which is of itself impotent or weak and called corporate. With these two entities in likeness of myself through them, I made all the living. For as the life is the potent part, so the corporeal part is the impotent part. Chief over all that live on the earth, I made man. Male and female, I made them. And so that man could distinguish me, I commanded him to give me a name. Look at that. By virtue of my presence, I commanded him. So it was pure inspiration. What you gonna call your creator? Look at this. By virtue of my presence, I commanded him. And man did not name me after anything in heaven or on the earth. In obedience to my will, he named me after the sounds the wind utters. N-O-E. Right? Go outside and listen next time that wind blowing. The wind makes an O and an E. That's the sound a wind makes, which is now pronounced Jehovah, and it's written thus. See, Oahspe even tell you the origin of the name of Jehovah or Yahweh is totally different. It's based off the sounds that the wind utters. It's not based off anything in heaven or in earth. You see that? Oh, we spin that vortex. We're going to go back, though. What we going to do, I want to share something with y'all, man, because the next thing is, well, then how Malaki, how was Oahspe? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How was Oahspe transmitted? How do we get it? Even though you never asked how you got your math textbook, it's all good. I already know new things come out. People want to do their research. It's understandable. It's understandable. Big, but a lot of y'all want to do some type of research for mockery. And what I'm saying is, even if you wanted to be successful with that, don't you gotta at least read it first? It don't make sense. Let's see, Ema said that grabbed me from first hearing it. Yeah, this book destroyed me. Pick me back up. Look at the goat in the building. What up, sis? What it do? What it do? Now we looking in the chat, man. All right. Spinning voices. Let's go into how it was written. See? We just showed, well, brother, he's a European, and Europeans can't touch the Bible, and the Europeans haven't touched the Bible. And while that foolishness is still on their lips, I just click on there right here. Past 2,200 years of European authorities, hands on Bible. Let's go right there. Which one of these are Bantu Negroes from the Congo? Let me know, shit. JBN is one European. Well, you probably got thousands. There's probably been thousands of Europeans over the years, because all these men on the page on this document right here are all men who authorized or gave an authority to do so. They had scribes, many men under them writing this stuff. You see that? So next time somebody running their mouth, oh, it was a white man. Well, who was Ptolemy II? Responsible for bringing out the Septuagint was Constantine. That first Nicaea Council, they discussed the date of Easter and the nature of Holy Ghost. Really? Who the hell is Pope Damasus of Rome? Oh, he the first one that furnished a canon list of scripture for the Old and New Testament. 381 AD, really? Or any of these, of the E1, B1? Hey, Kyle, what's that DNA these mumble mouth misfits love to throw out here all the time? Are they of the E? Is it the E1? Are any of these of the E1, B1 DNA classification? Not damn one of them. None of them. The E1, B1s. Or any of these authoritative figures who had their hands on the Bible and were directly responsible for the Bible you received today, or any of these E1, B1s. No, we got to be real with ourselves, man. All right, let's stop playing because it blocks you from getting a higher level spiritually. Running all this white man stuff. There ain't no spiritual text in this world that you read in English that the white man didn't touch. I'm going to say it again. There ain't no spiritual text in this world that you read in English, French, German, Portuguese, Spanish that the white man didn't touch. And that's just true. You know what I mean? So how Oahspe was written. Look at this, y'all. The E1, B1. How was Oahspe read? Let's get into that. Everybody want to know. All right, well, let's get into it. We ain't ducking. It's all right there. You feel me? It's all right there, man. People just love it. People just love to be against the messenger. That's all it be, man. It don't really be nothing concrete or solid with nobody about none of this. People just love to be against whoever talking about it. You feel me? But that show you the level of light. That show you the level of darkness, should I say, that a person has. Because y'all, today, you ain't heard nothing evil. Nothing. If anything, it's just bringing more light and more clarity to the situation. But ain't nothing evil. Nothing evil. How was it written? Let's go look at that. Then we're going to look at how the Torah that you had today was written. All right? Let's look at it. Nubro claimed no authorship of Oahspe. Do y'all hear this? Y'all, that's like George Lucas not claiming Star Wars. So JBN, the white man, they claiming that's the author of this, told you that he didn't author it. Meaning it didn't come from his mind. He ain't the one that set up and thought about this and caught an idea and started writing it, and it took him 7 years to write this book. No. In order for him to claim no authorship of it, that means it didn't come by his will. It didn't come by his imagination and him sitting back and, you know what I mean, spinning, getting his creative juices flowing. No. So he ain't even the author. He the compiler. He basically a scribe. Like Ezra had scribes to write the Torah. JBN is a scribe. He was using the first typewriter and didn't know how to type. So how in the hell was this mass of information produced in 50 weeks on the first typewriter whose keys used to jam? You know what I mean? And the man didn't even know how to type. Something else was going on here, man. And that's what don't nobody want to talk about. First and foremost, JBN is not even the author of Oahspe. The author of Oahspe is the creator and his angel ambassadors. They are the ones. JBN is just a scribe. That's it. That's it. Nubro claimed no authorship of Oahspe. The title page reveals a higher angelic source. How Oahspe was transmitted through Nubro is a wonder of the 19th century spiritualist era. You see that? Remember what I was telling you in the mid-1800s and all that? How spiritual things was cracking off worldwide amongst people who had never even met each other. All right? This came forth during that era. We know it now as the beginning of the Cosmogony era. All right, now look at this. It says right here, it's a wonder of the 19th century spiritualist era. A letter written by Nubro to the Banner of Light reveals the manner in which Oahspe was transmitted. Even so, Oahspe's message is the greater wonder. Look, even they know that. Like, the message behind it is really the greater wonder. Like, man, how did any man come up with any of this information? You feel me? Like, no man. I don't think no man, whether they be black, brown, got the highest concentrated forms of melanin, blue, black, down to pale. I don't think no man even had the ability to come up with that on his own. I just don't. Just going over the information, there's too many things that's intricate that line up with stuff that you be like, I wasn't even studying that aspect of history, and dang, that just popped up out of nowhere. Here's his letter he wrote to the Banner of Light. All right, some of y'all ain't never seen this type of stuff, man. It's right here. The gang ain't hiding nothing. I don't know what these cats is out here running their mouth like they shaming. You ain't shaming nothing. You ain't shaming nothing. Look at this. Banner of Light. John Nubro's letter dated January 21st, 1883. Look at that. Look at that. That's almost 140 years ago. You know what I mean? To the Banner of Light, 141 years ago to be exact. To the Banner of Light, a popular spiritualist weekly periodical of the day. To the editor of the Banner of Light, Boston, Massachusetts. Dear sir, in compliance with your request that I furnish for publication a brief article in regard to the writing of Oahspe, the New Bible, I cheerfully proceed to do so. You have observed, no doubt, that in Oahspe no mention is made of the manner in which the book was written, nor by whom. Look at this. This is real, boy. So I mean, so all the lies about he was plagiarizing from the Bible and he stole from the Bible, that ain't what. Look, for one, he never claimed authorship. 2, it was done on the first typewriter. 3, he didn't even know how to write. Look at this right here. It says, I cheerfully proceed to do so. You have observed, no doubt, that in Oahspe no mention is made of the manner in which the book was written, nor by whom. Well, was it not plain to anybody acquainted with such matters that any statement on my part would not be believed by persons unacquainted with spiritual manifestations, right? If you don't know nothing about what he's talking about, you wouldn't believe it anyway. It's not believable. You like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? If you ain't familiar with spirit and how it get down and move, no. Look at this. And had I said that I myself wrote it, my own acquaintances would have known better. He like, look, y'all giving me too much credit. And just the John Baloo knew, bro, the white man. Look what he said off his own lips. He said, and had I said that I myself wrote it, that I myself wrote Oahspe, my own friends, my own acquaintances would have known better. Boy, ain't no way in the world you wrote that. Again, y'all, that's like, what's his name? Stan Lee not taking credit for Marvel and Iron Man and all that. You know what I mean? The Avengers. And Stan Lee took credit for Marvel, right? George Lucas took credit for what? Star Wars. But JBN never took credit for writing Oahspe. Ever. And he said, my partners would have knew I ain't writing. Ain't no way. Had I said that the angels wrote it through my hands, then I would have been denounced as a pretender. Again, now check out this, y'all. And this is what we trying to get the conscious community to see. Like, enough with the mumble mouthing and the naysaying. Eventually, we got to get to the book. This is battle with the holy books. Let's get into it. Again, if a book has merit, y'all, meaning you can take from it and it be a benefit to what you got going on. It has merit. You know what I mean? It's good for you. Ain't nothing bad in it. Right? Look at this. Again, if a book has merit, what matters it as to who wrote it? And every last one of you misfits, you slanderous jaw Negroes, every last one of you are standing hypocrites. Because every last one of you, I'm going to say all of mankind, every last one of you are walking, standing contradictions and hypocrites. Why do I say? Why are you saying this, Malachi? Because every last one of you, the masses in America have been educated through what kind of books? Textbooks. Nobody has inquired into who writes the textbooks, who produced the textbooks, or the funding come from. Do they like laying with greased up midgets? Are they into bestiality? Are they homosexual? Nobody even asks. And these are the books you receive your education. The education you have today, you wouldn't have if it wasn't for your school textbooks from grade school, middle school, high school, and even college, and even graduate school. You don't even ask who wrote it, who published it, what are their spiritual beliefs, what God do they worship. You don't know if they Peter Nasty. You don't know none of it. You don't know nothing. You don't know if they're a homicidal maniac. You don't know none of it. And you willingly open up the books and go into it and dive into it because you can benefit from it. You can benefit from it. And these aren't even real books. You can't go to one public library and get a school textbook. They're not even real. But you can use them to become more educated about this system that you're in, right? So it has merit. So just like you never asked who produced the school textbooks from kindergarten all the way up to grad school, to college, you never asked. But guess what they had in them? Merit. Merit, meaning you benefited from it, right? So it didn't matter who wrote it or who produced it because it had merit. Well, the same rules apply to Oahspe in any book you read. If it has merit, it don't matter who wrote it. Dang, boy. Dang, I know somebody mad. I know somebody about spilt their coffee behind that because y'all make up so much to try to come against this light and it never works. Again, if a book has merit, what matters it as to who wrote it. And if it have no merit, then certainly it does not matter where it came or where it's from. The time has been when the name of an author clothed this product with some sort of authority. I rejoice that the day is past, that man worship is at an end, and that all books, including Bibles, are perused not as authorities, but as pastimes to lead us nearer and nearer to the everlasting light. This is what JBN, the scribe of Oahspe, not the author. He ain't doing nothing different than what the scribes of Ezra did when they wrote out Torah. He just was writing, typing, and didn't even know how to type. It's crazy. And if a man turned out a good book, I accord him a little more credit than I would a ripe apple for being on the sunny side of the tree. Right? But I rejoice most of all because our Heavenly Father, through his angels cooperating with our forefathers, provided us a government that protects us in publishing our highest conceptions, regardless of creeds or dogmas. Why? Today we have Protestant preachers in their pulpits denying the inspiration of the Old and New Testaments, and only in a slightest possible degree less than Thomas Paine. They begin to judge so-called sacred books according to what they are and not by a supposed authority. This is progress, undoubtedly. Yeah, in other words, nobody should have anything to say about Oahspe if they never read it. Sacred books are to be judged based off what they are and not based off the authority behind it. Look at this. This is progress, undoubtedly. On reflecting on these things, it was concluded to publish the first edition of Oahspe without any reference to its authorship. Here it is. Because he ain't write it. It ain't come from him. It ain't come from him. That's his boast. Like, okay, if you wasn't there, how you gonna tell the man that didn't happen? You wasn't there. You wasn't there. See that? Look at this. No attempt has been made to conceal the method in which it was written, but most of the particulars have been told from time to time to inquiring friends. Briefly then, Oahspe was mechanically written through my hands by some other intelligence than my own. Bag drop. Newsflash to the conscious community. John Below Newborough is not the author of Oahspe. He done told you 3 times in just short letter. I'm not the author. It ain't come from me. My friends would even tell you, please, ain't no way in the world he thought of that. And he just told you it was written through my hands by some other intelligence than my own. It was not me moving my hands or my fingers on that typewriter. Many spiritualists are acquainted with this automatic movement of the hands, independent of one's volition. There are thousands and thousands of persons who have this quality. It can also be educated, or rather the susceptibility to external power can be increased. So automatic writing ain't nothing new. That's what he's saying. He's like, in his day, plenty of people do it. All right, plenty of people do it in his day. Kardec, Alan Kardec, Kardec. He got a movie on YouTube, and he was in the during the beginning of the Cosmogony era. He was in France, you know what I mean, doing all type of spiritual manifestations and all that. And at first he didn't believe none of it. He's like, yeah, right. He did, but again, there are people all over this world during the mid-1800s, during the discovery of gold on the west coast of America, the 49ers. During that era, between 1848 1850 up in there, it was major spirit manifestation all over this world. We that read Oahspe know that marked the beginning of the Cosmogony era. That's the present era that we in. We almost 200 years into the era, actually about 24 more years. You know what I mean? So those of us that read know the reason why it was high spiritual manifestation. The higher angels, the higher up angels descended down to the lower heavens and you know, proved that man is immortal, because basically that's what you become when you cross over. See what I'm saying? Look at this. In my own case, I discovered many years ago in sitting in circles to obtain spiritual manifestations that my hands could not lie on the table without flying off into these tantrums. Often they would write messages left or right, backward or forward, nor could I control them in any other way than by withdrawal from the table. Sometimes the power, thus baffled, would attack my tongue or my eyes or my ears, and I talked and saw and heard differently from my normal state. Then I went to work in earnest to investigate spiritualism. See, so he was investigating, like, what the hell going on? And I investigated over 200 mediums, traveling hundreds and hundreds of miles for this purpose. I often took them to my own house and experimented with them to my heart's content. I found that nearly all of them were subject to this involuntary movement of the hands, or to entrancement. They told me it was angels controlling them. In the course of time, about 10 or 15 years, I began to believe in spiritualism. But I was not satisfied with the communications. Pause right there. See, JBN was on his investigative journey about the spirit world. Traveled all over, sat with mediums, asked questions. You dig? Start believing in the whole spiritualist movement, but it was like the communications didn't satisfy him. He like, hey, hold on, there gotta be more than just revealing earthbound information to us. Like, what's up with that? Look at this. I was craving for the light of heaven. I did not desire communication from friends or relatives. He's like, I don't care nothing about my grandmama, none of that. I want to know about like the higher heavens and all that, and our purpose and our destiny. Look at it right here. It says, I did not desire communication from friends or relatives or information about earthly things. I care nothing about no earthly thing. Look at this, the Powerball numbers and all that. Look at this. I wish to learn something about the spirit world. Y'all hear that? See, spiritualism only took him so far. You people, oh, he was a spiritualist of the faith. Faith is so spiritualist. No. Even JBN, the scribe of Oahspe, not the author, tell you that only took him so far because the communications became basic. You realize you're dealing with low-grade spirits. These niggas in kindergarten. I did not desire communication from friends or relatives or information about earthly things. I wish to learn something about the spirit world, what the angels did, how they traveled, and the general plan of the universe. Well, after a while, I took it into my head that the wise and exalted angels will commune better with us if we purified ourselves physically and spiritually. Then I gave up even flesh and fish, milk and butter. See, so JBN got off the flesh and the dairy. Y'all, this is in the 1800s. He said, I probably can hear more from these high-raised angels if I stop throwing down my chops. You dig? That which ain't vibrating at a proper vibration. It ain't moving at the proper rate, right? So he laid down the animal sandwiches and the dairy. This is how Oahspe came into being. Look at this. And those who are plant-based are tapped in more than those who are chewing on animal sandwiches and eat chewing on lamb for Passover and all that. Yeah, those who are plant-based in this era are more tapped in spiritually than these niggas that still chewing on animals. That is a fact. Nobody can deny it. That's a fact. And look what happened. It says right here. It says, then I gave up eating flesh and fish, milk and butter, and took to rising before day, bathing twice a day, and occupying a small room alone. Why I sat every morning half an hour before sunrise. So JBN got on his Essene regimen. Because the Essenes 2,000 years ago, that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. They didn't eat like that, and they rose up before the sun. They bathed. They got themselves together, and they would meditate and go into communion. So he got his Essene on real quick. It says, where I said every morning half an hour before sunrise, recounting daily to my creator my shortcomings and governing myself in thought and deed. See, this JBN was just a man, y'all. He wasn't one of these cult leaders and all. He was a man. He's like, I got shortcomings. You know what I mean? And if you read about more of his life, you see, oh yeah, he was a man. You know what I mean? He had what you call today extramarital affairs or whatever people will be talking about today. You did, but the creator used him as a scribe to bring forth this information out the libraries of heaven through the angels. That's what happened, man. You know what I mean? He ain't running around here puffed up like he holier than thou, none of that. Look at this. So he said he would recount daily to his creator his shortcomings in governing himself in thought and deed. In 6 years training, I reduced myself from 250 pounds down to 180, lost 70 pounds in how many years? 6 years. Going plant-based back in the 1800s. I can relate. I've lost a gang of weight from when I used to, just in 3 years. Yep, I got off the flesh 3 years ago in April 2021. Just in 3 years. So I can relate to that. Look at this. It says he went down to 180 from 250. My rheumatism was all gone. Y'all know rheumatism is arthritis. That's the fusing of the bones together. You did? Like because you ain't got enough plant-based what? Plant-based calcium. Shout out to SHALOM. But notice what that plant-based regimen did for JBN. He lost 70 pounds and cured his arthritis. Right? And I had no more headaches, no more migraines. So no arthritis, no migraines, lost 70 pounds. I became limber and sprightly. A new lease of life came to me. Then a new condition of control came upon my hand. Instead of the angels holding my hands as formerly, they held their hands over my head. And they were clothed with sufficient materiality for me to see them. And a light fell upon my hands as they lay on the table. In the meantime, I had attained to hear audible angel voices near me. Right? All because he changed up what went down his chops. See, it's spiritual. What charges your blood charges your spirit. It's all spiritual. See that? Look at this. Y'all, this is nothing evil that we're reading. None of this is evil. And the conscious community swear that created gang is over on evil. All you Orthodox Israelites, you know what I mean, who admitted to killing your baby or your child if your God commanded you, got the nerve to say, we're in darkness. Look at this. I was directed to get a typewriter which writes by keys like a piano. This I did, and I applied myself industriously to learn it, but with only indifferent success. You tried to learn how to type, couldn't, didn't know how to type. So how was Oahspe typed up? This is a man who didn't know how to type, right? Who just told you 3 or 4 times, I'm not the author. It didn't come from me. So how did it come? So real with you, right? To produce something this voluminous, he can easily tell you, yeah, this mine. This come out my head space. He keep it real with you and tell you, I'm not the author. The book tell you it's not immaculate. You feel me? And he didn't know how to type. Didn't even know how to type. Look at this. For 2 years more, the angels propounded to me questions relative to heaven and earth, which no mortal could answer very intelligently. I always look back on those 2 years as an enigma. Perhaps it was to show me that man is but an ignoramus at best. Perhaps I was waiting for constitutional growth to be good. What is an ignoramus? What is an ignoramus? Let's see. Let's see. Ignoramus. Ignoramus. Definition. I know some of y'all already know. If Daryl listening, he probably already know. Oh my God, it don't mean that. Malaki. Mali. Ignoramus. Ignoramus. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Man is ignoramus at best. Y'all out here allowing these people to sell y'all spirit, they spiritual gurus, and these cats is charging, man, like major money just for you to talk to them. Huh? This Oahspe is exposing everybody, every false god, every false spiritual guru, everybody getting exposed. They're devotees. Man is ignoramus at best, and ignoramus means what? An ignorant or stupid person. An ignorant or stupid person. That's what man is at best. That's what JB found out when he communed with these angels. Like, man, this is crazy. Man, to tell you that even the spiritualist movement couldn't satisfy what he had in his soul and his spirit. Perhaps it was to show me that man is an ignoramus, an ignorant or stupid person at best. At best. Y'all see that? Perhaps I was waiting for constitutional growth to be good. Well, one morning the light struck both my hands on the back. They went for the typewriter for some 15 minutes very vigorously. I was told not to read what was printed. And I had worked myself into such a religious fear of losing this new power that I obeyed reverently. So you mean to tell me this man did not author the Oahspe? Is not taking claim of authorship for it. Didn't know how to type. And he didn't read it until after he was done with it. Bag drop, boy. Where is the plagiarism you're talking about? Bag drop. How does a man who can't even type produce something like this? The next morning, also before sunrise, the same power came and wrote, or printed rather again. Again, I laid the matter away very religiously, saying little about it to anybody. One morning, I accidentally looked out of the window and beheld the line of light that rested on my hands extending heavenward like a telegraph wire towards the sky. Over my head were 3 pairs of hands, fully materialized. Behind me stood another angel with her hands on my shoulders. My looking did not disturb the scene. My hands kept right on printing for 50 weeks. Y'all, a year. Beginning spring 1880. This continued every morning, half an hour. So hold on. He typing for 30 minutes every morning for 50 weeks straight. And that's how Oahspe came out. And he don't know how to type. Look at this. Half an hour or so before sunrise, and then it ceased. And I was told to read and publish book Oahspe. He ain't the author. He don't know how to type, and he didn't read it till after he was done with it. Wow. Look at this. The peculiar drawings in Oahspe were made with pencil in the same way. A few of the drawings I was told to Copy from other books such as Saturn, the Egyptian ceremonies, etc. Now, during all the while I have pursued my vocation, dentistry, nor has this matter, nor my diet of vegetables, fruit, and farinaceous food detracted any from my health or strength, although I have continued this discipline for upwards of 10 or more years. So he like the plant-based lifestyle ain't make him weak at all. I am firmly convinced that there are numberless persons who might attain to marvelous development if they would thus train themselves. See, so he's saying anybody can be a vessel to bring forth some higher light from the higher heavens. It ain't because he was something special. It's because he was willing to do what it took for the angels to manifest through him and use him as a tool. He had to reach a certain level of purity. That's it. Right? Nothing evil. Nothing, this ain't even nothing braggadocious because he's claiming not to have written it. I am firmly convinced that there are numberless persons who might attain to marvelous development if they would thus train themselves. A strict integrity to one's highest light is essential. A strict integrity to one's highest light is essential to development, meaning no matter what situation you in, always be striving to bring forth your highest light or do what's right in the situation. A strict integrity, and you don't compromise that for no one. You want to be able to do what he did, he says a strict integrity to one's highest light is important, it's essential to development. Self-abnegation, so you can't be selfish. You got to be selfless. Self-abnegation and purity. Self-abnegation, it's not about self, it's about others, and purity should be the motto and discipline of everyone capable. Should be the motto and discipline of everyone capable of angel communion. Ball game, boy. With this in their practice, we might have enough Bibles in a little while to deluge, flood the religious world. But since talking of oneself is the greatest damage one can do in his own mediumship, I thus close. He like, look, you ain't even supposed to be bragging on yourself. You're supposed to become selfless. It's all about abnegation of self and purity. Nothing evil. He ain't have to harm no children. He ain't have to labor no greased up midgets. He ain't have to perform the tunnels of Typhon ritual that most you actors do when y'all go to these casting couches. He ain't have to do none of that. What do you have to do? Stop chewing on animal. Stop chewing on loin meat and lay the dairy aside. Self-abnegation, meaning be selfless, meaning live to do righteous works unto others. Self-abnegation and good works. Anyone can attain to that. You see, self-abnegation and purity. Wow. Right? So it's a lie. JBN didn't plagiarize anything. You know what I mean? None of that. He telling you this is what happened. Now let's keep going. So yours truly, JBN. All right, New York, January 21st, 1883. This letter was printed in the Banner of Light, June 2nd, 1883, and the English Medium and Daybreak, March 2nd, 1882. Both of those were spiritualist journals. Now let's look at this typewriter. This is the typewriter that was used for the Oahspe manuscript. Look at that sucker. Hold on. Look at this typewriter, man. Look at this deal. That's what was used. Now remember, only 30 minutes a day for a whole year. Look at that old sucker. Typewriter which was used for Oahspe manuscript. The manuscript of Oahspe was typed in capital letters. An original photo of a note typed by Nipple on the same typewriter. Remember that. After Oahspe was published, displays capital lettering only, indicating it was typed on the first commercially produced typewriter invented by Shoals and manufactured by Remington. Look at this. All caps. Look at this. This note also exhibits Nipple's lack of typing skills, confirming his automatic typing or writing skills that channeled a greater talent than his own to render such a lengthy, complex manuscript as Oahspe. Like his typing skills over here to the right. You get over there and read that, you can like, hold on. Like, so he typed this letter up under his own volition. on the same typewriter that Oahspe came forth on. This letter shows his lack of typing skills, man. His lack of typing skills. Dang, now look at this. Look at this. Even though it was produced using a relatively sluggish, cumbersome machine whose keys would jam. The typewriter's keys would jam at higher speeds of typing. The Oahspe manuscript had to have been typed, listen, y'all, at approximately 75 words per minute to have been completed in 50 weeks at half an hour per day. Although no mortal could type at that speed on this first typewriter, its maximum speed potential was demonstrated by the perfect coordination of angelic hands. Bag drop, boy. It's impossible to type that fast on this typewriter. Impossible. Right? His lack of typing skills and the time limit that it took 30 minutes every day for 52 weeks. He had to been typing at 75 words a minute, and no mortal in the earth could type at that speed on this first typewriter. Nobody. So it's showing you that, this is a spiritual book that was revealed through the angel ambassadors of the Creator. And they used JBN. Why? Because he was able to purify himself for a period of upward of 10 years. You dig? And he was vibrating at a certain rate, and they were able to use him to transmit this information. He don't claim authorship. Couldn't even type. Didn't read it before it got published. And 30 minutes a day for 50 weeks straight, get you 75 words per minute. Nobody that was breathing oxygen could even type that fast in 1881. This proves the automatic writing, or that he was typing but not under his own volition. If y'all understand that, go ahead and give me a 2 up in the chat, man. Give me a 2 up in the chat if y'all understand that. Look at this. Let's look at it. That's the typewriter right there. No mortal in this earth could use that typewriter and type that fast. But it was used to bring forth Oahspe. 30 minutes a day, 50 weeks straight, get you 75 words a minute. From a man who couldn't even type. Wow. Wow, look at this. Look at this. The Shows and Glidden typewriter. The first commercially successful typewriter was invented in America in 1868 by C. Shows, C. Glidden, and S. Soule. In March 1873, E. Remington and Sons began commercial production of this first typewriter in New York. It typed only capitals with a QWERTY keyboard layout. QWERTY layout was a key layout to facilitate a faster typing speed. As with most other early typewriters, the type bars, trip off this, y'all, the type bars would strike upwards, hitting the paper on the roll. That's right over here. See that roll up top? Right? When you hit a button down here, something will fly up and hit that roll. Bing, 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 bing. As you type an A, the A key will pop up and hit that scroll. B will pop up, hit that scroll. Bang, bang. All right? Look at this. It says, as with most other early typewriters, the type bars will strike upwards, hitting the paper on the roll bar below, rather than from the viewer's side. This action blocked the view of the characters as they were typed, making it impossible to see the print until it finally worked its way into view. So you were typing and couldn't even see if you accidentally hit the wrong key and made a mistake until it rolled around for you to see it. You feel me? So just on human nature, many mistakes were made. Had to be. You really couldn't even tell if you spaced the word right or if you used a B instead of an A until it rolled around and you was able to see it. You see, this is the type of typewriter the first Oahspe was typed up on. 30 minutes a day in 50 weeks. Look at this. Look at this. Editor's preface, preface, 1882. Look at this. When a man holds up a book and says, you must believe this because it says, thus saith the Lord, should we not pity that man? Should we not pity that man? Does he comprehend the liberty of man to acquire knowledge? Listen, y'all, any book that imparts knowledge of the life and destiny of man is a good book. Any book that unfolds the character and person of the Creator and the wonder and the glory of his creations is a good book. Facts. When a book gives us information of things we know not of, it should also give us a method of proving that information to be true. This book covers that ground. That's what Oahspe is practical. Gives you a way to prove it. That's why we take, look, read it and try to disprove it first before you jump out here and just start to run your mouth about something you don't know what you're talking about. Keep creative gang out your chops. You don't know what you're talking about. This book covers that ground. The day has arrived when man will not accept proclamations and assertions, right? He wants plausible reasons or substantial proofs that the authority be not merely a presence, but a demonstrable fact. Something you can demonstrate. Look at this. Look at this. I'm playing no games out here. The time of man worship is at an end. God is a one-time man. The time of man worship is at an end. Readers no longer accept the book as good and great merely because any certain one wrote it. The book must have merits of its own, no matter what you read. That's why we go at the end in this battle of the holy books. Over here with Creative Game, we want to get into the text, the books. Let's shoot that out. Y'all all outside, Gregory Hines spirit, tap dancing around Oahspe. We ain't heard nothing evil yet. Like, what are you talking about? The book must have merits of its own. Otherwise, it will soon pass out of existence. When a man says, I heard the voice of the Creator saying, that part of his speech is worthless. When a man says, I heard the voice of the Creator saying, look, that part of his speech is worthless. When he says, I heard the voice of the Creator saying, do unto others as you would that they should do unto you, then the words become valuable. His assertion of his authority is of no avail in this age of the world. The words purporting to be the Creator should, therefore, be the only consideration as to merit. And all men have a right. And all men. This for all you apologists out there. Mad because we critically thinking about our salvation. And all men have a right to pass judgment thereon. You got a right to question and to say, look, that don't even sound right, man. Is it not the light of the Creator within all men that makes them conscious of wisdom and truth? If so, then man's expression of any truth or wisdom is the Creator's expression. Bag drop, boy. If a book were to fall down from the sky with Jehovah's signature to it, man would not accept the book on that account. Why then should anything be said about how this book was written? Facts. You don't say that about your textbooks. Why then should anything be said about how this book was written? It blows nobody's horn. It makes no leader. It is not a destroyer of old systems or religions. It reveals a new one, adapted to this age, boy. Bag drop. I'll probably stop right there for the day, man. Let's go over a few little things, man, on why Oahspe is the most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets. Everybody know it, man. Everybody know it. We didn't hear anything evil today. You dig? And again, we just did what most people are scared to do. Just start reading, man. Read it. Before you start passing some type of judgment, you'll see, look, we ain't the ones over spewing darkness. It's y'all. It ain't us. You dig? Spin that vortex up in the chat if y'all got some understanding today, family. We've been on for 314 hours. Shout out to the 314 flow, baby. 314 STL in the building. Stand up. You already know. You dig? Spin that vortex if y'all got some understanding, man. Love, light, and Cosmogony to the family. Y'all already know what it is. Got more coming out on this, man. I've been reading the wars. If y'all get a chance, get into that wars against the Creator in Oahspe. Ooh-wee. That's about to come out too. Ooh-wee. Oh, what you thought you knew, you don't even know. You don't even know. It's a lot going on, man. What you thought? So getting it in, start reading it, and get your mind blown. And that's why I've been lately. I've been over in the wars. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Have we been duped? We've been duped, boy. You know what I mean? All of it, whether it's Anu or Soma or the Dukes or Zeus or Tian over there in China, Dukes and Zeus over Greece and Jehovah purporting to be an angel, Jah, Egypt, whatever it is. But look, we've been duped. You feel me? The credit is sufficient for all this creation, man. Believe that and know that, man. We got the GOAT in the building. Shout out to Sean LaFay in the building. Look at it. What up, sis? Love, light, and Cosmogony, everybody in the chat, man. Love, light, and Cosmogony, everybody in the chat. The Oahspe is the most feared and hated book in these YouTube streets. It exposes the gods and deities everywhere. It differentiates between the creator and a God, a Lord, saviors, all that. You know what I mean? If you worship any God, if any God is being worshipped at this point, he has form and figure. Anybody in your record have seen that God is false. The creator that doesn't have the form and figure of any man, woman, or animal, and no one has ever seen creator like you see a man or an angel. You want to see creator, go out there and meditate on the function of his creation, because it is truly marvelous. I was laying out there the other night looking up at the night sky. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, man, look, when you talk about motion, boy, 2 nights ago, I was sitting out back just looking up. I got to go get me a telescope. Cal. They got me messed up, bro. It's so much action right above our heads. I'm like, whoa. I sat out there for a couple hours, fell asleep looking up. Yeah, I fell asleep outside looking up like, dang. Man, oh man. The creator is truly marvelous, man. Truly marvelous. Let me drop this link in the chat and y'all want to come in, chop it up with your little brother for a minute, man. Chop it up with your little brother, man. Yeah. Ain't nothing but your little brother. I know a lot of you slanderous jaw misfits are mad. Ask me if I give less than half of a damn. Because I don't even care. We gonna expose and drop this light. You know what I mean? That's what we're here to do. Yep. I feel you, shit. I'm about to get a tight telescope, bro. Like on the real. I'm about to really start looking, because man, just based off what I was looking at with my naked eye, marvelous, man. Marvelous, you did. Once again, let's battle the holy books too, y'all. Supposed to be having some debates pop up. You know what I mean? I really ain't heard nothing back though. We had some debates about to line up. I told him I only want to debate the God, so we can talk anything else after we discuss your God. You feel me? The God is fake, then everything you talking about is irrelevant. So that's what I want to deal with first. Let's go ahead and deal with the Jehovah, the Bible versus Jehovah of Oahspe. Which one is the creator of all creation? Period. You know what I mean? If anybody want to debate Maccabee or anybody in the creator gang, and you don't want to take that title first, we more than likely we ain't even gonna rock with you. We good. We want to discuss the God. Let's go ahead and get the elephant out the room real quick. What's up with that? Let's address the God. You dig? God got form and figure. Has anyone in the Bible seen God? You be like, man, ain't no image of the God. Somebody saw him though. Moses saw his backside. Isaiah saw him sitting on the throne with his cape filling the temple. Ezekiel saw him. You know what I mean? The elders of Israel saw him and ate with him. You dig? Daniel saw him sitting on his throne, and the Son of Man was brought before him, and like they all saw him. What we talking about? You feel me? The creator is ever present. You would never see creators. You see a man, woman, animal, or angel. See, that's why Oahspe is spirit. It clears it all up. It clears it up. Ain't nothing else to talk about at that point. You see that? It clears it up like, dang, hold on. What is that? And now you know how Oahspe came and was transmitted. JBN, the white man everybody mad about, ain't even the author. He's the scribe. That's all he is. Same with Ezra. You know what I mean? Same with Ezra. I got the big homie SHALOM in the building. Peace to the God. What's the word, King?
Peace to the righteous God. What's good, family?
Man, hey,
Excellent bill as always. You know what I mean? What'd you say, the most hated and feared book?
Yeah.
Hey, if you ain't hit that on the head right there, that's right and exact.
On these YouTube streets, man, it is. It's the most hated and feared book. I was sitting up looking at some of that stuff from Side Net the other night, like, oh, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like everybody know good and well that we done changed up the algorithm. They all talking about creator right now and all that. You know what I mean? Just don't want to give props and credit where credit is due. Is all I'm saying. So
yeah, we shaking the foundation, and we ain't even being. No, that's facts, and we ain't even being bullies. You know what I'm saying? We really being nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
Because we could be bold guarding them niggas every time they come on there, and constantly be exposing their God.
Yeah.
Like I said, I ain't letting niggas get past their God as an angel. They ain't getting past that every time with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit to go anywhere else. It's irrelevant if you can't get past the fact that your God is an angel. And we showing you your God is an angel. And like you say, is it lawful to worship angels?
Right. Exactly. My brother Gabriel Jabril, in this era, the critics say he's sending legions of messiahs. You feel me? And
see that?
You're responsible for saving yourself, all right? You did.
Exactly.
Same thing with Yahshua. Yahshua's in Oahspe. Read that story in Esther, the book of Esther in Oahspe, bro, chapter 42 through chapter 44. And you see the story of Yahshua, who was murdered in Jerusalem. You feel me? It was never about worshiping him. It was never about eating his flesh and drinking his blood or him being a sacrifice. They murdered his son. They murdered the son of the creator for spreading too much light. All right?
Imagine that, yo.
If you put yourself in the same vein, you don't need anyone to work on your salvation. You need you. You raise somebody doing righteous works on the others. That's what Messiah taught. You feel me? So Yahshua is in Oahspe, but in essence, you become your own savior by modeling yourself after the teachings of all these sons and daughters of light. You become your own savior because you're responsible for your soul, bro.
That's right. And that's what they fear, that responsibility. They want to lean on the shoulders of Jesus or Yeshua instead of taking up the cross like the nigga did and goddamn crucify yourself and, you know, rise through the phoenix ashes, nigga, start all over again. Like, revise your mind. Re-cleanse yourself from these false gods, because, you know what I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse for you. You know what I mean? Look at Israel and Iran right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These niggas on the brinks of dropping nuclear bombs on each other. Now, who is Israel and who is Iran? Really and truly, Jabril still got district over Israel.
Yeah.
And Iran is Jabril. Could this be holy wars within Jabril's kingdom we watching here playing out on earth?
Yeah, that's what's happening. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Because Luamung domain is over Rome. That's his capital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's his hitter. That was his right-hand man.
Exactly.
You feel me?
So it's like, you know what I mean? If you hating on the Oahspe, and the Oahspe is letting you know how these religions came about from the spirit world. All this information you get from religion comes from the spirit world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But, you know,
exactly.
Islam, Muhammad met an angel.
Somewhere, Sila, you feel me? No matter what type of rites and ceremonies or what spiritual system that you're dealing with, it had to come from the spirit world.
Exactly. Because how you going to tell me about something that's taking place before the earth is made? How are you? Who is there telegraphing that story? Who's there? What scribe is sitting around next to the wheelchair god writing down what's going on in 6 days? Right. But the story was given to us according to the narrative through Moses. Moses was during the ending of the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. So how is a prophet from the Middle Kingdom of Egypt telling me about a time period that pre-exists himself? But you get mad at the Oahspe when we share the same histories that predate John Blau, Nubro, whoever, whatever prophet in the book. It's the same, the argument. It's the same set of rules.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, bro. And then for y'all that don't know, man, look at this. The Torah or Tanakh that we have today was translated the same way or transmitted the The same way. We just read the letter that JBN wrote over to the Banner of Light newspaper. We just read that, right? We just read that. Now, trip off what happened with Ezra, because when we were in captivity in Babylon, we didn't have we didn't have Moses' writings. Wasn't no Torah when we was in Babylon. They came out of Babylon with a refurbished Torah. How did it happen? Let's look at it. Let's see if there's automatic writing going on. Let's see if there's communion going on.
That's right. Bring it out. Bring it out.
This second Ezra of the Apocrypha, chapter 14, verse 20. Start there. Behold, Lord. Now crazy now, man. But behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. But they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. For thy law, thy Torah is burnt. This is what Ezra is saying. There is no Torah at this moment. It was burnt. The scrolls were burnt. For thy Torah is burnt. Therefore no man knows the things that are done of thee, or the work that shall begin. Now look what Ezra asked for. But if I have found grace before thee, send the Holy Ghost. Send the Holy Ghost into me.
And keep in mind, let me interject real quick. You just did a live talking about the Holy Ghost and the Holy Spirit. It's two separate things.
Yeah. So
why now is this Hebrew prophet speaking of a Greek interpretation of what's supposed to be the Hebraic Holy Spirit? Exactly. The Kadesh Ruach. But go ahead, okay.
So he say, but if I found grace before thee, send the Holy Ghost into me, and I shall. So he's asking for his ghost to be sent into him so he can have the ability to write. He's asking for spiritual community. He's spiritually communicating and asking for a spirit to be sent to him so he would be able to write what happened before him. That's what Ezra is asking. Ezra wasn't around in the Garden of Eden, so how is he writing about it? Ezra wasn't around in Egypt. How the hell is he writing about it? Y'all, you see, it's the same rules. In order for you to know what went down before you, you gotta spiritually communicate. This is what Ezra is doing. Is he not? Look what he's doing. He's saying, send the Holy Ghost into me, and I shall write all that has been done in the world since when? Genesis, the beginning. Bereshit. Which were written in your Torah, your law, that men may find your path, and that they which will live in the latter days may live. And he answered me, saying, go your way, gather the people together, and say unto them that they seek thee not for 40 days. But look thou, prepare thee many box trees. And so that's like saying, get a typewriter. You need paper. You about to write, right? Look thou, prepare thee many box trees, and take with thee Sariah, Debria, Salima, Achanis, and Aziel. These 5 which are ready to write how? Swiftly. Swiftly. They're automatic writing. He's spiritually communicating, asking for a ghost to be sent into him so things can be documented that happened all the way back in Genesis, in the beginning. So then the angel answered him and say, go get you some scribes and let them know to be ready to write. How? Slow? No, fast. Fast. Watch this. And come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in your heart, which shall not be put out, till the things be performed which you shall begin to write. And when thou hast done, some things shall you publish, and some things shall you show secretly to the wise. Tomorrow this hour shall you begin to write. All right, now let's jump down and let's watch when it happened. Look at this, verse 37. So I took the 5 men as he commanded me, and we went into the field and remained there. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Esdras, open your mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. Wow, remember he asked for the Holy Ghost, right? The angel say, open up your mouth, let me give you to drink something. Look at this. Then I opened my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. A cup of liquid fire. Look at this. And I took it and drank. And when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast. My spirit strengthened my memory, and my mouth was open because of this drink that he drank. Now Ezra is moving his mouth and shut no more. Look at this. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not, which they knew not, which they knew not. What they
That's
were
key
writing,
right there too, King. That's key right there. That's how that need to be highlighted, because niggas be thinking like, oh, they knew what they was writing. No. The same accusation that y'all get at John Newbro making some shit up from his fragment of his imagination is the same shit going on with Ezra.
Sure is, because they are writing. Ezra is speaking what he don't know after he drunk that water, that fiery water, and the men are writing what they don't know. Just like JN typed the Oahspe, you dig, and was told not to even read it till it was over with. He told you that what? It was written or typed through my hands, right? But I am not the author. So my question is, are the scribes who are writing swiftly the Torah, are they the author of the Torah? No, they're not. They're just the scribes. And they're writing what Ezra is speaking swiftly. And they don't even know what they're writing.
And it's coming from the Holy Ghost, which is goddamn Luamon.
Yeah. So trip off this. So before you get mad or suspicious about automatic writing, you got to check Bible.
Right.
Because what is Ezra and his scribes doing? What is this? He communicated with spirit. He got a fiery liquid. He drunk it. His mouth was not closed for 40 days. And his scribes started writing swiftly things that they knew not. If y'all got some understanding, give me a 4 up in the chat, man.
Go ahead and throw that 44 that 44 Magnum.
Y'all racist and biased toward Oahspe, but you're guilty of the same thing with Bible.
And you guilty of it even worse, because you got a God telling you to go out there and commit all these atrocities, murders. He's jealous and angry. That's what you getting out of your automatic writing. Yeah. But what we getting is the opposite. We getting creator and the exposing of these deities who we've been thinking for the longest been the creator.
Exactly, bro. You feel me? So no one that reads the Bible can ever crap or shit on Oahspe for it being a product of automatic writing, because the Bible is too. And he looked about this. Even worse though. It's worse. That's what you say is worse, because it's the tales of a deity, a bloodthirsty deity, and not the creator of all creation.
Exactly.
You see?
And this bloodthirsty deity got a chosen people.
You hear me?
That's
Look at
crazy.
this. We about to finish this off. Look at this.
Go ahead.
Look at this. It says, and they wrote in the day, and it says, which they knew not, the highest gave understanding unto the 5 men. And they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they said 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. As for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. In 40 days, they, the scribes, wrote 204 books. You both have 204 books of the law, 204 books of Torah. You only got 5.
That's crazy.
You ain't even got all the books that Ezra's scribes wrote, that, and they were writing words that were coming out of his mouth. And you dare argue with us about what we reading, and you ain't even got all the Torah that Ezra spoke and his scribes wrote. You ain't even got that. Where that's at? There ain't number 66 books in your entire Bible. 80 if you read the Apocrypha.
And this is being compiled.
Book short on Torah.
And then this is being compiled in enslavement, in Babylonian. It's not even being compiled in the Holy Jerusalem. Not even Mother Jerusalem. Y'all getting y'all Bible in captivity. That's the equivalent like the goddamn slaves getting the Bible in the American transatlantic slave trade.
Come on, man. It don't make sense, dude. So this right here shows that the Torah that you have today is a product of automatic writing.
That's
Ezra
right.
Spiritually communicated with an angel. The angel gave him a fiery liquid, a liquid that was fiery colored. He drank it. He spoke nonstop, day and night for 40 days. His scribes wrote very swiftly everything that came off his mouth, things that they knew not. And there's 240 days, they produced 204 books of Torah, in which you only have 5, you 199 books short of Torah. Bag drop.
Now that's interesting because it says things they knew not. Now, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's how the Tanakh starts out. Moses wasn't given that.
Yeah.
Moses was given the laws and commandments, not a creation story. So the actual creation story came into account with Ezra not knowing what he was writing, not having a clue that this came before him, which it didn't come before him. The only thing that came before him was the actual laws. And then that's why I said the laws have been, they said the laws have been burnt away, but it didn't say the story of creation has been burnt away.
Yeah.
It didn't say the writings of the prophets, but the laws, because that's what they got from Moses. They didn't get a story of creation. So when the laws got burnt away, Luamon was like, all right, I'm going to give you niggas the story of creation on top of these laws.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, look, it's crazy how deep the rabbit hole goes, bro. I've been in that wars.
Yeah, that was, man. That's the
Hey,
I suggest any Israelite, if you're gonna skip through the Oahspe and not read it through, go to the Book of Wars, and that's gonna answer all your questions about these different deities and how you got duped in following a false god and how you got duped in following a 6-day creation story. It's gonna tell you all that.
Man, y'all read their wars against Jehovah in Oahspe. Oh my God. Listen, what you thought you knew, you don't know.
Yes, sir.
You don't know. You know what I mean? We've been played like a fiddle. We've been played.
Even in the Bible, it says Satan will deceive as many as the sands of the sea. You know what I mean? So that's a great deception. And and the way the Oahspe lays out this great deception, it's like, damn, everybody got hoodwinked.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
everybody got hoodwinked.
You said it a while back, when you find out there are false gods and your God is amongst them. I say, boy, there it is. That's hook, line, and sinker.
There it is right there.
There it is right there, man.
And then the crazy thing about it is that we exposing these false gods, but they don't even understand outside the Creator that there is a true God. There is a rightful ruler of heaven and earth that deals and delegates righteously outside of your bloodthirsty God. And Oahspe got the stories of true God and show you how true, especially in the Book of Wars against Jehovah, because true God is showing you how to run a kingdom during a time of warfare without engaging in it, without participating in the warfare.
Yeah.
That's what you got to study, true God, during the Book of Wars against Jehovah, because he's showing you how to govern a kingdom during a time of war. Because, you know, during a time of war, what are the things? All right, we going to war.
Yeah.
They can boot up. Numbers chapter 20, Numbers chapter 1. Tell Israel to prepare to go to war, men from 20 years and above. You know what I mean? Because it's a time of war. But in a time of war, true God is not going to go to war. He's going to resist war and strategize on how to overcome the war, even if it's a 1,000-year war.
Yeah. Y'all read that wars, man. I'm stuck in it. I done read it before. Just, you know how you pick up so much more when you go back over it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, man, what the hell? Bro, it's amazing, man.
Yeah, it shows you the starting point of Baal. Because in the Bible, you hear and mention Baal, but you don't know when Baal started. You don't know when he reigned, and you don't know when he fell. Oahspe gives you the start, the middle, and the ending of these false gods and their influence on earth and the locality. So it's like, once you put that on the timeline, it's like, it's really going, if you're not rocking with us, and if you got opposition against Oahspe and what we're coming with, it's going to be hard to come against us, because we got everything. We got the book of life open like a book. We got the time, we got the arc cycles laid out like pages.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to Egypt, we know exactly where to go. We're not speculating on nothing.
Yeah, nothing, bro. Like, it's all clear. It's really more answers than questions.
Big facts.
It really is, bro. You feel me? That's what's up, bro. You know, hey man, hey, look, I figured it was 420 special smoke session day on the God, man. On the phone,
Hey, you already know.
God, you dig? So
We smoking on them false God packs, man.
You say what? Yeah.
We smoking on the false God packs.
Hey, smoking on I knew.
Hey, we smoking on I knew. We smoking on Bob. We smoking on Ash Teray. We smoking on all these niggas who got them went against the Creator. You know what I mean?
But man, look, bro, you know ain't nothing but love, light, and balance, man. Look, love the work you doing out there. Y'all make sure y'all get with my brother Shalom TV, like, subscribe, share, tap in with the God, man. Bro, been out here a long time pushing this higher light. You dig? And now he got some brothers with him, brothers and sisters with him. And
that's
remember
right.
this, we jump everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't fight fair.
Can't let him get down by himself. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's a part when you was going in on the Oahspe when you was talking about how they was making claims of it being plagiarized. Yeah. Now in the rumor doc, it's a part where Kaz put in an author from like a PhD who said, nah, this work couldn't have been plagiarized. Like it's basically a source that we got to show that no, this book wasn't plagiarized by a PhD source saying this outside of niggas just saying it because they see Zarathustra or they see Baal or they see certain deities and they think it's plagiarized from previous records or whatever.
Yeah, that's I think that's Max Mueller or something like that, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It would take over 20 lifetimes, bro. It would take over 20 lifetimes for anybody to even try to make something up like that. It's too intricate and vast. And when you be studying one topic, for instance,
it's layers within layers. You know what I'm saying?
You get to the timelines that and the timetables of prophecy, you could be reading about something and then it tell you so many years into this arc cycle, this start happening. And then you start Googling world events around that time, bro. You gonna drop your phone.
Exactly.
Dang, how the hell how they know this? This was just
exactly.
They just discovered this probably like 25 years ago. How the hell was he writing about this in the 1800s?
And not only that, he's not just discovering shit like in the Roman era or the Byzantine times or you know what I mean, the Common Era. He's discovering things pre-Egypt. We talking about times of Osiris where he's talking about, all right, I gave men the astrology and astronomy and natural philosophy and science, and then we go back within that time bracket of the arc cycle of Osiris, and we see evidence of that. Gobekli Tepe and a couple of other evidence that got zodiac signs in India going back 12,000 years, time of Osiris.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, Bible don't even exist. The biblical God don't come on the scene until 3761 BC. New nigga on the block.
I'm saying. Hey, look, bro. Creative gang is deep waters.
Already,
waters, bro. You know what I mean? Shit, if you a guppy, you ain't ready to swim with them sharks.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And we know when there's blood in the water, bro. Listen to me. We be on the hunt. And that's what I be trying to tell these little cats out here. Like, look, we really play ball. We ain't turning down nothing. You feel me? You know we dealing with a higher light. There's nothing you can tell us if you already admitted to killing your child. What the hell could you tell any of us about a higher spiritual light and we in dark? You already admitted to killing your child.
And we got you on record saying that.
Yeah.
So my thing is, how you niggas gonna admit to killing your child, but overlook the fact that God said, thou shalt not kill or murder? Yet none of them niggas said, you know what? The law do say thou shalt not murder and kill. And they didn't even stick to that. That's what Abraham stuck to. Abraham was like, all right, nigga, you say you God, but I was commanded not to kill. So if you God and you commanded me not to kill, why are you telling me to kill? For Abraham using wisdom. These niggas not even using wisdom, beloved.
No, not at all.
Even in their books, they test the spirit to see if it's of God. It's of God.
And the one nigga look Carl said, huh? Hell yeah.
Nigga Jeremiah Judah said, I mean not Jeremiah, Judah Nash said, of course.
Of course.
Them niggas has done lost their mind, bro.
Man, anyway. But look, bro, enjoy the rest of your day, man. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of mine, man. Hang on back. We'll chop it up in the back chat. You know what I mean?
Already. Yeah, we see you in the critical game chat.
We bring them. We raise them.
We raise them. Already, King. Salute.
All right, salute. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Always an honor chopping it up with the family. You know what I mean? Y'all stay sucker free out here. Stay false God free. Y'all know what CGG, Credit Gang Gang, FGK, false God killers. You know what I mean? We in the building for real. Like, we really do this. So as you see today, you didn't hear anything evil, blood curdling. No child sacrifice, no cursing children, no killing sucklings, no chopped off head, no yanked off organs, no blood borders. No blood on the four corners of the altar, no roasted flesh, none of it. Everything you heard today is something that can resonate with your spirit, and you can grab it and practically apply it on this journey called life. That's it. If anything, you learn something that was beneficial for you today, not nothing that'll send you back into darkness. You dig? So if you learn something, if you learn more light today and something more beneficial for you and your family that you can practically apply, spin that vortex in the chat, baby. You dig? If you heard darkness and murder and evil and corruption, if that's what you heard today, put a 0 in the chat and explain time marker what you heard that was so evil and sadistic and satanic. You know what I mean? If you ain't willing to time stamp it, then you ain't talking about that. All praises to the ever-present creator, the all and all that always was, is, and ever shall be. I see vortices everywhere. I see vortices everywhere. Y'all know what time it is. We looking good. All right. Well, that's what's up, family. Look at my elder Nakam, my Barack Mali. What's going on, elder? What's going on, elder? Cosmogony and Cal TV. Y'all go like, subscribe, share, tap in with the God, man. You know what I mean? Clarence Anderson. That Oahspe is real life high science. It really is, bro. Hey, look, you ain't even scratched the surface, man. Wait till you really find out, man. Listen to me. I read on it every day and get my mind blown. I be chopping up with bros and I'm in the back chat, bro. Like, what? Man, how is this even talking about this, man? Straight up, bro. You know what I mean? Your creator ain't nothing but love and light. He ain't never been vindictive. He never sent you into slavery. You dig? That ain't your creator, bro. And we here to separate the difference between the ever-present creator and any God that you name it off your lips. We here to make the separation. We're not here to co-mingle nothing. You know what I mean? All right, look like we all good. What's up, little Joker? You got your car? Yeah. No race car? Yeah. Boy, you was up there fighting or something, boy. Your forehead scratched up. You probably finna get a mate out on your forehead, boy. It may go down, it may not. Boy, got a mate knot. I know it was a car, little Joker. Well, all right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. The inmates trying to run the asylum. We can't have that. Little Joker probably swinging off a ceiling fan around this deal. All right, y'all. Love, light, balance, and all that good stuff above, man. Like in the words of my brother, Cal P. Cosmo and Cal, breathe in. Let the light in, man. You dig? I'm your brother Malachi Maccabee, Megaton, Light Bomb, CGG in the building, man. All day, every day, FGK. You bring them, we raise them. And remember, we on the hunt. Don't get your God head put on the floor. Yeah, that part. Easy work. Love, light, balance, man. All praise to the ever-present, within and without every last one of you brothers and sisters, man. You dig? Today's an excellent day to get out there and do something marvelous and something righteous in the eyes of the Creator, man. To your brothers and sisters. All right, worlds without end. Jamia in the building. What up, sis? My YHWH'S, my Ema, Elizabeth Weaver, Loving Light, LaShonda Alexander, Loving Light, Julie Ray Y, Loving Light, sis. What's the word? My brother Jabril. We got the goat in this deal. Look at it. See SHALOM in this deal. Ezekiel, peace up. Jaway, my brother. BC in the building. Y'all already know, man. Now let me get up out of here, y'all. Love, light, Cosmo to the family. Leave that and know that. All right. Till the next time, y'all. Shalom. What you doing with my jokes?